money? Rocket can. You could save hundreds of dollars every month by refinancing with Rocket Mortgage at today's near historic low rates. If your current rate is over 4%, you could lower your payment by over $150 a month, saving thousands in interest every year. Call us today at 8338-ROCKET or go to rocketmortgage.com.
Savings are based on Quicken Loans internal data. Rates and fees may apply. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states and NMLSconsumerAccess.org number 3330.
Hey, welcome to Jack Brown's.
Hey, can I get a cheeseburger and add lettuce and tomato?
No, we don't have it. You can get some macaroni and barbecue chips on it, though. Greg Brady style.
Or cream cheese and jalapeno jelly.
Cobra Kai. Or bacon, a fried egg, and some cheese. Chiplet.
Or just cheese, like a cheeseburger.
Cool. I'll take a Greg Brady with those new cheese fries you guys got.
Sounds good.
Oh, I forgot. Can I get us that a ranch?
No! Jack Brown's, 805 Dickinson Avenue, Greenville.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom Brown from Brown & Wood Buick GMC Truck. We've been serving the Pirate Nation in Eastern North Carolina for 83 years. We have 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 showrooms, and 1 goal, to make sure you leave a happy customer.
This month at Brown & Wood, get an all-new 2020 Buick for 0% for 84 months, or save over $6,000 off all models. As always, Brown & Wood is the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
We're located on Greenville Boulevard next to the Convention Center, or shop us online at brownandwoodauto.com.
Hey Pirate fans, get ready for a winning season and get things done right with a John Deere tractor package from Quality Equipment. You can't afford to lose on your home turf, so we'll help you get the driveway done right at the right price. Right now, our 1023E driveway package starts as low as $148 per month. So get quality done right before every ECU football weekend. Visit QualityEquip.com. Offer ends 12/31/2020. Subject to approved installment credit with John Deere Financial. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
With rates being historically low, now is the best time to buy or refinance your home. This is Talbot Green with Angel Oak Home Loans. Now is the time to take advantage of the opportunity to buy more home or refinance your current mortgage. The combination of our local team's experience and Angel Oak's wide offerings of products from standard conventional, government, and portfolio loans has something for most financial situations. For more information, call Talbot Green, Joanne Weir, or Wanda Hager at 751-2060.
NMLS 1719250 and 685-842. Equal housing lender.
While other folks come and go, Greenville Pool & Supply has been your local pool store in Greenville and Eastern North Carolina for over 40 years. Are you finding yourself spending more time at home than ever before? If so, turn your backyard into a vacation destination. Greenville Pool has pools for any size backyard. Choose from the very popular fiberglass, classic vinyl, or custom concrete. If you order your pool now, it can be in by this spring. If you're ready for a pool, contact the pros at Greenville Pool & Supply.
Hidden phone trade-ins, hidden plan requirements, hidden catches. You won't find any of those at US Cellular because we do things differently. And that means you can get the Samsung Galaxy S20 FE or Google Pixel 5 for free with no hidden requirements all season long. US Cellular. Upgrade to fair. Terms and conditions apply. See store uscellular.com for details.
Does the idea of going to your local U.S. Cellular store make you feel a bit uncomfortable? Tired of the hassle of waiting and wearing a mask? Let Toby Williams and his outside sales team take away that worry. They will come right to your home or office and drop your phone off on the porch or at the front desk for you. Saving you time and worry is what the team at Cellular Warehouse is all about. Call Toby today at 252-799-7051 and let them help you with all of your wireless needs. Cellular Warehouse, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is proud ECU graduate and former baseball player Brandon Manning inviting you to join my team at Farm Bureau Insurance. Right now, during hurricane season, is a good time to review your coverage with a local trusted agent like me. I will make myself available before or after business hours, and my clients always have my cell phone number if they need anything. From home, auto, or life, give me a call today and let's talk about your insurance coverage and about the Pirates. Call 531-1812 and go Pirates!
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. The following is an exclusive presentation of Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
You can paint this with purple.
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
All right, hello everyone. Welcome in to a Monday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Clip Brock here with you on the Pirate Radio airwaves and live on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. We're on 1250, 930 online, PR927FM.com. You can watch us on Facebook Live and also YouTube Live, where you can subscribe to Pirate Radio TV and check out all of our programs and videos right there. And you can find us there today as well. And we have a big show on tap for a Victory Monday. Got a lot of winning to talk about from ECU Athletics over the weekend. We'll do it with Brian Bailey coming up in about 30 minutes. He'll join us on the Fixed NC Live line. Coming up at 4 o'clock, we'll talk about ECU's basketball win over Charlotte and everything going on in college hoops with the big man on campus, Jeff Nadu from Barstool Sports. At 4:30, Ronnie Woodward from the Daily Reflector will be here to recap the 2020 ECU season and their season-ending victory over SMU. Talk Pirate Hoops with Ronnie as well. And at 5, Troy D will be in here in the Pirate Radio studios. We'll have our big calls from the U.S. Cellular fifth quarter call-in show. That and more on the way on today's edition of Pirate Radio Live. We will kick it off with Ellerbe here inside the Pirate Radio studios. Ellerbe, the last thing you said when you walked off last week was, we'll talk to you on another Victory Monday, and you were very prophetic on that. I don't know how much you believe that, but you said it, and it came true.
Hey, look, I'll start saying it when I walk off every Monday on this program, but what a weekend for East Carolina athletics. Of course, the headline being the football Pirates just absolutely dominating SMU, at least for a half, and then finishing them off in the second half. And fun game to watch. I mean, I can't tell you how many texts I got of who's this team, but certainly made your fifth quarter life a lot better the last couple of weekends, and definitely some hope and optimism for the future of what Mike Houston's trying to build and what he's more importantly trying to sell to Pirate Nation into 2021 and beyond.
I really wasn't even that bothered by the second half, because how many times have we been on the flip side of that where the game's been over at halftime and then ECU will score a little bit in the second half and, well, they never gave up. Now, I feel like we've had to do that a million times over the last few years. Well, now the shoe was on the other foot. When you're up 45-7 at halftime, the game's over. You still got to play it, but, I mean, it's over. The Pirates dominated there and had a little letdown in the last 30 minutes of the game. But, man, what a performance. And I was okay with the season ending, heading into that final game. Now I want to see that team play again. I wish they played again on Saturday.
I'm still okay with the season being over.
I know you don't like sports. We've established that.
That is fake news. That is not true at all. I think,
the less games, the better for Ellerbe.
No, not at all. I think that East Carolina has finished on a high note, and I think that they have something to sell.
The George Costanza.
There's no other games to be played. I mean, there's really no one available. I mean, I'm sure there's somebody available. There's no...
Wow.
I mean...
I get it. You don't want to play. Fine. We'll go into the offseason with 2 straight wins for the first time since when, Ellerbe?
Gosh, what was it, 2013?
It was 2007, since the last time the Pirates won 2 in a row to end the season.
And 13, when they won the bowl game, they didn't win the game prior to that?
No, they lost to somebody. Was it like Marshall or somebody maybe? I don't know.
Okay. Wow, 2007.
Yeah.
See, that's positive news into the offseason. How about Tyler Snead for Chancellor?
Why not?
He's done everything else on the football field.
They have an opening.
Yeah, I mean that guy. What an incredible performer he is. Blake Prohl with a great Herb Street honoring him today as one of his top performers. Holton Ahlers as the American Athletic Offensive Player of the Week.
Holton's numbers at halftime were ridiculous. I mean, that offense showed up in a big way on Saturday, and credit to the defense as well for holding SMU down 7 points at the half. Just a phenomenal performance all the way around for the Pirates. And you're right. And now, how much is this going to matter next September that they won 2 in a row? I don't know, but it gives you certainly a boost heading into winter workouts and everything during the offseason.
Well, I remember last week we talked about it that, a loss would not be good for the offseason mood. Covering the spread wouldn't be much better, really. But a win but a dominating win. I think it gives a lot of hope and optimism towards the future that maybe the pirate ship has started to turn and point into the right direction. So I feel, and I feel like that's what you got to believe in, and that hopefully this is a confidence boost, and that Mike Houston and his team can start to make things better starting in 2021. That this is the year. Can they have a winning season next year?
Well, I asked Rick Smith in the postgame as a former coach how much a win like that, what he can do for a team during the offseason, and he said it is important. I believe it was Craig, it was somebody on the Facebook live chat, said it was big for the fans, and I definitely agree with that. As far as getting on board, season tickets for next year, staying in or getting into the Pirate Club, having a little momentum fan-wise heading into next season is a big deal. And these last two games, especially the last one against SMU, is going to keep the fans engaged.
I told people all weekend talking about ECU football, that first half of East Carolina football is something people will pay money to see. And we've seen enough of the other where you don't want to pay money to see this team, but that team is well worth the money to watch. And I think that team sells season tickets, sells individual game tickets, and can start the rebuild process of getting Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium full again when it's available to be open to the public at capacity. So I think it gives confidence that when you hear about we're changing the culture, we're doing this, right, and then you finally see some evidence of it, then it's like, okay. And I think in the off season, everybody can look back at that film, say this is the team we want to be. This first half against SMU, if you're Donnie Kirkpatrick, you're Blake Harrell, saying this is the team exactly who we want to be. Your special teams, when you're handing the ball off to the big boy, Larson, and he's doing a fake punt. I mean, all of it, just the trick play with Snead, all of it was, I loved all of it, and it worked. And I thought it was a great game for the Pirates, and it's going to be a great thing to talk about this offseason.
Ellerbe, something you can work on once you're off the show. I'm here for the next few hours. Tammy says, is Holton or Blake single? I've got a beautiful daughter. So if you could get that info for us.
I'm almost confident Holton is not.
Okay.
Just based on conversations I've had with his dad, and I've seen him with his girlfriend. I mean, I don't know what happened this weekend. I'm sure that they're still together, but the last time I understood that Holton did have a girlfriend. But Blake Pearl, I'm not sure about whether he's single, but I think Chandler would be a better person to.
Chandler, get on that if you could for us.
Yeah, I think let's go with just investigate on Blake Pearl.
Yeah,
and maybe Tyler Snead, just in case someone else asks as well.
Steve Hill says, wonder if SMU thinks that was a burglary on Saturday.
A burglary.
Yeah. I mean, they were shell shocked.
I'll tell you what was a burglary. How about the refs calling the incomplete pass in the end zone?
An absolute burglary.
I mean, what the hell was that?
It was just one more AAC call before we got out of here.
I think that was worse than the fumble in Tulsa.
Well, yeah, maybe. Like situation-wise, it wasn't, but call-wise, yeah.
Yeah, it was just, and like the announcers were just going, oh, I can't, this is going to be, But man, the American athletic officials definitely need to work on their game post-COVID, post-2020.
This is stupid.
R.I.P. Tommy Heinsohn. Well done there, Shirley. All right, Shirley Rhodes, Chandler Honeycutt here producing today's program, and we'll hear from them as we move on in the show. We will hear from Joe Dooley and Jaden Gardner when we move on into this show as well, as they spoke earlier today. Pirate Hoops, Ellerbe, picking up a road win against a competent D1 opponent to start the season.
Love it.
I mean, that is almost unheard of. And ECU getting a 66-57 win over Charlotte on Friday, and really didn't look their best. I think that's encouraging. Patoma Baruti had the team's only 2 3-pointers. Jaden Gardner had 18. He's going to play a lot of the similar games, and he's going to have 30 instead of 18 because he missed some chippies, missed the front end of a 1-1. I think there's a lot of room for improvement for this team, and to say that in a 9-point road victory, I think is great.
Yeah, great start by Joe Dooley and his squad, and I think people are going to start getting dialed in to start paying attention to what this East Carolina basketball team can do this season. Do they have some upsets in their sleeve of tricks this year?
We shall see. Let's play guess the line. I don't think there'll be a line for a D3 opponent, NC Wesleyan. If ECU doesn't win by what, 25, 28?
Yeah,
you're not going to be happy with that.
I'm going to give the point spread at 25.
Okay,
at 25 home. Yeah, I mean it's got to be 25. Pirates win 100 to 70. Fair enough.
Pirates hit 100.
I think they hit you got to hit a century tomorrow.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Jaden Gardner is going to get at least 30 or 35.
Hopefully he's out of the game with 15 minutes left in it.
Well, that is the wild card when you have a point spread by 25 to 30 points that late in the game that the other team goes on like a 10-0 run and closes the gap and is the spread buster.
In a normal year, I would, probably make fun of ECU scheduling NC Wesleyan. This year I won't because Joe Dooley trying to get every game he can in. There were no scrimmages, so he just wants to see his team on the court against another team. So I like it at this point. ECU should have played 3 games last week. Instead, they were able to reschedule and try to play 2. But they have only played 1. Their game against Belmont Abbey was canceled. So, and it's going to be like this all year, especially in the non-conference, trying to get games together. We'll see. I mean, it's a 50-50 shot. They play Radford on Saturday, right?
Well, here's my issue, and I think I've said it before, and it's not because I hate sports of what you like to say, Clip. I don't understand how basketball didn't do better scheduling, that they're trying to fly all these teams around and travel around. Why they just didn't have, if just play conference only games, and you could have done it and played 20 games, and you could have played it at 2 games at a time. Like Tulane comes here and plays 2 games, then we go to Tulsa the next weekend and play 2 games, and then Houston comes here, we play 2 games, then we go to UCF. I mean, I don't know. And the one crazy thing, I was watching college sports a lot this weekend, watching some football games, and it popped up on the ticker, and it was like Illinois 35, Ohio 34. I was like, wow, that's I wonder what channel that game's on. I was in football mode, and then I saw the ticker, and it said, NCAA men, and I was like, oh, that's a basketball game. No, it's high school, first half. But then it got me thinking, why is the Big Ten only let their football team play conference games because of protocols, but the basketball?
You're trying to make sense of everything, and nothing makes sense.
I know, but
I've given up on that.
I know. I'm just trying. But how did the Big Ten's football protocols not say the same for basketball? Why? It's just interesting that the rhyme and reason of sports, which is why it's confusing. I just thought if you thought about the safest thing and the way to get the most games in, and if you're worried about protocols and testing and all this other stuff, just play conference games and then be ready for March. And then you have all of December. You could have started in December too. I don't know why they really started in November.
The safest thing is to not play at all. I mean, sports is not an essential activity. The safest thing is just to shut everything down and go home.
Well, that's
But you can't do that.
But sports does create jobs and does create revenue for an entertainment and a distraction for people.
Absolutely.
Well. So,
but it's the safest thing to do is to not play Indiana and Providence right now.
Well, it just gets back to my point why they just didn't have just an all conference schedule and go from there. That's why. I mean, just to me that makes the most sense.
I love that the Camping World Maui Invitational is being played in Asheville today.
You love it?
I love it. I cannot get enough of it. Davidson in Texas just played a great 2-point game, Ellerbe, before this.
Just to me of this scrambling around and traveling a lot, I just seemed like they could have simplified it this year in the year to COVID and gotten as many games in without having to have. I just think basketball is going to run into a lot more cancellations, and I think if you would have eliminated the amount of travel the teams had to do, because East Carolina's going to probably be flying commercial. They're going through airports and all this. If they just had to go fly to Houston and play 2 games that week, then then you're able to keep your teams in a little bit safer bubble throughout the week and then get them there and play. It's just that would be my philosophy of getting more games played. versus traveling around all over the places.
We'll see what it looks like come conference season. Which, by the way, the Pac-12 has a conference basketball game on Wednesday. I noticed. I don't know. The whole thing is. I'm not asking questions. I'm just thankful that there's sports on TV to watch.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not opposed to that. I'm just wondering why they didn't try to go more of the football philosophy of just playing.
Well, I mean, there's games being played all day, every day. And there's also games being canceled, which is fine. I mean, you play what you can and don't what you can't.
I think in this year, under COVID circumstances and under budget restraints, couldn't you save a lot more money?
Now you're talking money with college sports?
Well, I'm trying to use common sense, and trying to trying to throw some things out there that could philosophically work in the future as well. But no one wants to probably listen.
No, I mean, especially to that aspect of college athletics. That is not.
But college athletics, if they don't change, they've got to.
Then there will be no college athletics.
Right. That's what I'm concerned about for the future. I mean, you just can't run these things into the ground and spend stupid money and do stupid things.
Yeah, I mean, what is the benefit financially for teams that are in, say, the Maui Invitational? I mean, are they making money, losing money? I don't know the answer to that. Do you?
I don't either. I mean, what was the cost to send East Carolina to Charlotte to play one game when they're supposed to play more than that?
Well, that's what I mean. It's not an essential activity. Again, what do you? So you shut all that down and just play conference games?
Do it if you just play the same team twice in one weekend. You keep your team in a bubble, Sunday through Wednesday. You fly out
because basketball loses money anyway, right? In a normal year?
I don't know if all basketball schools lose money.
East Carolina?
But wouldn't it be cheaper for East Carolina just to fly 5 times a year instead of taking 10 flights to different places and just play the same team twice?
Yes. To answer your question simply, yes.
And wouldn't you, as a sports fan, do you care if East Carolina? I think to me it would be kind of fun if East Carolina played Houston on Friday and then turned around and played them again on Sunday.
That's fine. I also like playing non-conference games. I enjoyed Friday.
And under normal circumstances, I mean, the bigger issue I have, you're not selling any tickets to anybody, so it's all made for TV. So why not just create where you just play the same team twice?
All right,
or just play back to back, get 4 teams in it, and try to create this smaller bubbles.
Another MTE. Do you know what an MTE is?
No.
Talked a lot about an MTE last week.
What's that?
Multi-team event. Mm-hmm. And everybody's saying MTE now like it's a thing that's been around forever.
MTE.
Yes, it's the new cool thing to say. So next time you're talking to your buddies, say, hey, did you see that cool MTE?
Yeah, what'd you do this weekend? Just MTE. Maybe a little NFL.
All weekend, MTE. MTV?
No.
I watched MTV and then I watched the MTE.
Wow, when's the last time you watched MTV?
It's been a while.
I don't even know if I know what channel it is. If I said name that, if you
know what's funny?
Would you have to go out for a lifeline?
I think it's channel 63. That's what it was on my old cable when I lived at home.
No one's using double digits to watch TV anymore.
I know. The last time I watched MTV, it was on channel 63.
I mean, there's people in their 70s and 80s that don't even watch double digits, and everybody's on 3 digits when you go at least to your TV now.
I have no clue what channel MTV is on.
Tweet us if you know it.
I do like the challenge on MTV, but I've mostly stream that. Yeah, it's like trashy people doing athletic events and stuff and getting drunk and fighting in a house. You've never seen that? You remember Real World?
Yes.
And Road Rules?
Yes.
And then they combine them together.
This is called Trashy People?
It's called The Challenge.
The Challenge.
Yeah. I was describing what it was.
Okay.
That is a very entertaining program.
Nice.
So
just get people drunk.
And we called it... Not we. It is called amongst people like the 5th major pro sport amongst the NBA, NFL, MLB, and NHL. The challenge is you can do fantasy. It's great.
Speaking of the challenge and getting drunk, how about you guys drinking beer and playing on all the treasure chest toys last week?
Yeah, that was fun until you guys ruined the party.
I know. The good little promo on our social media there. You excited about the treasure chest this year? Kicking in gear.
I'm excited.
On Tuesday,
but who should be excited are the listeners because of all these great prizes we have this year.
Yes, 28 prizes in the chest.
So 28 prizes, and we have how many days? 16 programs.
Can you do a song like ball season?
28 prizes in 16 days. Yeah.
Pretty easy.
There you go.
We will have to double up quite a bit, and if we don't double up enough, Shirley, there could be cases where we triple up on the show.
All but 2 days you'll have to double up. So
that is awesome.
Listen to Pirate Radio Live.
Starting Tuesday.
Yeah, we should listen every day, but starting Tuesday through December 22nd, your chance to win. And we have the list of prizes all on our website, pr927fm.com. But ton of places have given us $100 gift cards. We got those Bud Light ECU cornhole boards. We got a Bud Light beer pong table. We also have coolers from Bud Light. We got pizzas from Domino's. Lots of good stuff. I have it listed as a ping pong table. It's actually a beer pong table. Yeah, be sure we make that correction there, folks. It's I don't want anybody to think they're going to be playing ping pong with their kids. They're going to be beer ponging with their grown adult kids.
All right, kids, gather around. Oh no, it's beer pong.
Dad, where's the net? There's a bunch of cups.
Don't bring a paddle
on the new pirate table. So lots of cool stuff.
Awesome stuff, and we will begin that on Tuesday. Do we have a booty bag prize today, Ellerbe? I didn't even ask.
Absolutely.
Okay, great.
Shirley has a free reign of the booty bag. She can do up to 3 today if she wants to. If she wants to be that, if she wants to shake her booty bag at everybody today, feel free to do it.
Well, that's nice because you're going to have to give me the list again.
Give you the list again? Would you throw it out? It's the 30th. You don't throw it out.
I forgot it was the 30th, and I was thinking treasure chest, and I chunked it, and so I'm going to need another
mentally
copy.
moved on to December.
Yeah.
Last day of November.
I'll get you the list.
And why am I just now finding out that I got to give away 3 booty bag prizes today?
I just assume I shouldn't assume anything. You know, we always give out booty on PRL.
Well, I know, but if we're going to give out more than one piece of booty, I need to know these things.
Well, now you know. I thought you were in charge of the booty bag, Shirley.
I am in charge of the booty bag, but usually we only give away one.
I know who's not. Me. I'm not in charge of anything.
Sounds like the Grinch in there. Shirley's being kind of stingy with the booty bag today. You know, you got to get in the spirit, Shirley.
I am in the spirit.
I think
I'm just saying we need to. I would like to be informed.
I think we should start the show with a prize.
Booty bag?
Right at the end of this segment.
At the end of this segment, we're going to give away a $40 gift card to Familia.
Wow.
How about that? All right.
Is that easy enough?
Easy enough for me.
One of my favorite spots to enjoy right there on Fire Tower Road. All right, winning weekend, football, men's basketball. The women wanted to get in on the act as well. 54-51, a victory over Virginia. And Kim McNeil will be a guest on the show coming up Tuesday right here on Pirate Radio Live. Shirley, last-second shot for the Pirates to get the win on Sunday.
Yeah, Justice G hit a bank shot three-pointer, and that put the Pirates up for good with just the waning seconds of the game. And this was a game that really ECU came out and played phenomenal basketball in the first period. They held Virginia to 2 points for the first period. Virginia turned the ball over at least 7 times in the first couple of minutes of the game. So their defense was stifling, which is, of course, something that Kim McNeil really harps on. That is her signature thing for her program, is she wants to be a very, very stingy defensive team, and they did exactly that. And Virginia kind of went on a run in the latter half of the game, and of course ECU was able to hold on and pick up the win. But Tiara Chambers, who I believe is a junior this year, she didn't play a lot last year, but she was coming along nicely. She has really come along in the first 2 games. She posted her first double-double of her career, 11 points, and I think it was 10 rebounds in the game, which is something that ECU has really had trouble with, is offensive rebounds. So that was a positive. Sierra DaCosta, who has filled in rather nicely in place of LaShonda Monk, who has yet to play so far this season. She missed the Towson game. She also missed this game. So she's also filled in rather nicely. So a lot of moving pieces, and after a tough loss against Towson, picking up a win. This is the first, if my memory serves correctly, it is the first Power 5 victory, or first victory over a Power 5 team since 2006, and the first ACC victory since 2018. So, so ECU off to a 1-1 start. They'll play, now they're going to go into the SEC, and they're going to play Georgia. They're going to host Georgia in Minges Coliseum coming up on Thursday afternoon. That tip-off is at 4 o'clock, and it will be on ESPN+.
All right. Who gets more wins, the men or women this year? Who you taking, Shirley?
I got to be honest with you. I'm going to go with the men, but I say that the women are right up there. Like I would say there would be a 3-win difference between the men and women this year.
All right. If you're lying to me, who you going with?
The women.
All right. Clip, who you got?
Good answer. You want my truthful and
But she said I got to be honest with you.
I say both teams will be successful, but there will be a 3-win differential between the two teams.
Clip, are you going with that?
I don't know. With it's a tough league, Jeff.
Did I say Clip or Joe? I can't remember.
It's a tough league. I'll go with the men, but I think the women, I think things are open there in the AAC on the women's side with no UConn. So an opportunity to pick up some more W's. And also, I need to figure out, I guess could be just a conference question because we don't know what's going to happen with the non-conference, right? So I'll go, you know what? I'll say the women win one more than the men.
Are you being honest?
In league play. And this is my honest answer.
All right. Gotcha. Well, we will follow this development throughout the year.
Yeah, we'll see if we remember this.
Will Shirley's 3-game win differential be right? Or will Clip's?
Conference only.
Women
win one more than the men.
One more than the men.
Okay, so I'm going with total, and you're going with conference
only.
Okay.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, it's COVID time, so we're going to try to make it as confusing and
absolutely
and as biased as possible.
Really, we shouldn't play these games at all. We should not play sports.
More games
anymore.
for Clip.
All right, Ellerbe, thanhanks for hanging out.
Yeah,
on a Victory Monday.
Yep, I hope to be back next Monday on a Victory Monday. I know it'll always be a Victory Monday the next few Mondays because Stations for Winners are going to be giving out a lot of great prizes out of the treasure chest.
Excitement time! And just to get you ready for that, kind of a little pregame, how about we open up the booty bag, Shirley Rhodes?
Booty, 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 booty everywhere. Booty, 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 booty everywhere.
317-1250, caller 12. We'll get this show kicked off in a correct way, in the right way, by giving you a $40 gift card to Familia. Some great choices there, the pizza pie, the Italian dishes, and a whole lot more at Familia on Fire Tower Road, and it can be yours if you are caller 12. A little treasure chest giveaway, and we'll make you a winner another time here on the program today as well.
Congratulations to the team as well.
Go team.
Didn't get a chance to talk about the team, but maybe that time can be saved for Brian Bailey.
That's right. We talked about it with him a little bit on Saturday, and we'll do it again when we return on Pirate Radio Live. We're back with you after this. Chico's Mexican Restaurant in downtown Greenville invites you to party on the patio. Chico's outside patio is the perfect place to get all your amigos together for some Mexican food and fun. Call Chico's now to make a reservation for any large or small fiesta with all of your amigos. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's Mexican Restaurant in downtown Greenville and online at chicosrestaurant.com. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
Get your ice cold Bud Light Seltzer here. Even though you can't go to the game, doesn't mean the game can't be brought to you now here. Just go to budlight.com/delivery. That's budlight.com/delivery.
Give me 2 mangoes.
Coming at you. It's a little short. Ow. Sorry. You know what? I'm just going to walk them over to you.
Whenever there's a game to watch, there's a Bud Light there. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, and Bud Light Seltzer, IRC Beer, beer in Texas, St. Louis, Missouri.
At Tiebreakers, we pride ourselves on serving
big, juicy wings.
I'm talking
big and juicy.
Our chickens are the same ones that kick sand in the other chickens' faces. If our chickens played football, they'd be linebackers. The competition's chickens, they'd be
skinny little kickers.
Trade those kickers in for linebackers.
Tiebreakers is open every day at 11 a.m. Follow Tiebreakers on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates.
North Carolina state parks are now open for visitors. Parks should be used for exercise, fresh air, getting out in nature, or a day trip as the state safely reopens. Visitors should enjoy themselves, but please remember the 3 W's. Wear face coverings, wait 6 feet apart, and wash your hands often. Focus on moving through the park, keep social distancing in mind, and avoid large groups. While most facilities and activities will be open, please contact any state park before your visit with questions or visit ncparks.gov/open.
Hidden phone trade-ins, hidden plan requirements, hidden catches. You won't find any of those at US Cellular because we do things differently. And that means you can get the Samsung Galaxy S20 FE or Google Pixel 5 for free with no hidden requirements all season long. US Cellular. Upgrade to fair. Terms and conditions apply. See store uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for US Cellular since 1997. Visit atlanticwireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
The Rick House is Eastern North Carolina's premier American-styled restaurant and bar. Join us at the Rick House for mouth-watering steaks and the best burgers around. Check out the spicy mahi risotto or the bourbon pecan salmon. Wednesday night is date night. 2 salads, an appetizer, a bottle of wine, 2 entrees, and a dessert for just $55. Thursday is ladies' night with $5 martinis and special apps. The Rick House, American Provisions and Spirits, 710 Red Banks Road beside the bowling alley in Greenville. The Rick House.
Every team knows that the 2-point play can be a winning move. That's why I'm here. State Farm agent Timothy Sawyer and my team are here to help you go for 2 by combining your home and auto insurance. It's a great call that saves you time and money. So go for the win and score some savings by combining your home and auto. It's just another way we're here to help life go right. Call me, Timothy Sawyer, at 493-0002 today.
This holiday season, remember Jersey Mike's for all your catering needs. Whether it's a private party or you're just feeding the office, Jersey Mike's can take care of it all with 5 convenient locations serving the Greenville area. Jersey Mike's also has online ordering, contactless pickup, delivery, and in-store takeout. Subs, salads, wraps, and all items are sliced fresh all day, every day. Take a break and enjoy Jersey Mike's. Everybody likes Jersey Mike's. Open 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily.
Pirate Radio.
You know, for having such a bleak outlook on pirates, you're well on your way to becoming one.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. PRL this afternoon is brought to you by Bud Light, who reminds Pirate fans to always stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Congratulations to Mike Ward of Greenville. Picked up a $40 gift card to Familia. Get your sports weekend started at Familia. Every Thursday, Familia has $2 drafts all day. Stop by with your friends and family for some New York-style pizza and have an ice-cold $2 draft. Familia is located on Fire Tower Road near Pitt Community College and FamiliaNC.com. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
All right, thank you, Shirley Rhodes. Welcome back into the program, Victory Monday edition of Pirate Radio Live. And you know, that stretches back to Thursday with my Washington football team, Shirley's Dolphins, celebrating a Victory Monday.
Well, they ought to. They played the Jets. The Jets are terrible. If they had lost, that would have been it for me this season. I would have thrown in the towel. I don't even care if they would have been in the hunt for a wild card spot.
Chandler, your Panthers won, right? They won yesterday, right?
Yeah, they won.
All right.
I guess we could say that.
Jeremy Chin, back-to-back touchdowns.
That was insane.
So
I've never seen anything like that because it's never happened before.
Good win to go to Minnesota and get that win.
Clip, I hate to tell you this, buddy, but we lost. We lost.
What?
Yeah, you might have turned the channel when the punt returner for the Vikings muffed the punt inside, I think, the 15.
Game. Yeah.
You probably thought, yeah, that's ball game. No, believe it or not, we lost.
Never
we lost
count
that
out
game.
Kirk Cousins.
Man,
We saw that yesterday.
That one hurt. That one hurt.
Yeah, you were a little upset about that one. Bailey's Cowboys fell to my team on Thursday. We talked about it a little bit on Saturday on the Bud Light pregame tailgate. Bailey, I think we need to talk more about that. Is Bailey joining us here on the show?
Statute of limitations is over.
Oh, man. Is it already too late to talk about that game?
Way too late. Way too late.
Well, now my team's in second place because the Giants, with Colt McCoy finishing out the game yesterday, were able to knock off the Bengals, who have their own quarterback issues. It has been a crazy year. You've seen it. I've seen it with our teams, Bailey. This could be the most number of quarterbacks to take a snap in the NFL ever with all these teams.
Yeah, Cowboys have been through a slew of them already, and it's just, that's part of the COVID and part of not getting all the training camps, and and they got most of theirs in. College football was altered more than the pros but it's just been with all this stuff going on, you wonder if that has anything to do with it. But it just seems like it's 2020, which is what everybody says about everything these days. But it is 2020, and that's one of the issues they've had.
I was trying to think, Bailey, what my feelings would be if I was a Denver fan, or if what happened to Denver happened to my team and they had to play a game yesterday with no quarterbacks. So they had the emergency quarterback, the receiver that played some in college. He completes one pass, throws 2 interceptions. Broncos get hammered by the Saints, and they had no chance in that game. And there's a lot of talk about, should the NFL had moved that one like they're moving these other games? Why didn't they move that one like they're moving these other games? And I don't know. That is something that is going to be discussed, I'm sure, moving forward and the rest of this season and in the offseason. The Broncos were kind of screwed, although if you read it, Vic Fangio kind of blamed his quarterbacks for putting the team in that position, and Drew Lock, starting quarterback of the Broncos, took some blame for it too. So is it self-inflicted? Maybe. Should the NFL have helped him out? Maybe, but that was a weird deal on Sunday.
It really was, and it's just so disheartening when you're trying to build a team like Denver with what they've had to go through, and when you go into a game knowing that you're probably going to get your butt kicked because you don't have a quarterback, and you're what was the guy, 1 for 9? Is that what he finished up at? I mean, they were trying to run option and trying to just run around and do anything. They had no success at all offensively, and lost the game.
We got Eagles and Seahawks coming up tonight right here on Pirate Radio. Philly trying to get back in front of the woeful NFC East. So that's coming up tonight. Later on, after the encore edition of the Brian Bailey Show, great hour with Steve Roccaforte, Double B, and he's always entertaining to talk to and had a lot to say following ECU's win over Charlotte on Friday.
Yeah, he's really good. I mean, he's really fun to talk to. Knows what he's talking about with basketball. They love, and he's a sports fan too. He loves he loves some of the NFL, loves Major League Baseball. So he's always a great guest to have on. I think people enjoy the encore performance of the show, and getting you set for college basketball tomorrow at 5:00, which is really, really odd. On an afternoon, a Tuesday afternoon, first day of December, and we've got college basketball, 5:00 tip. North Carolina Wesleyan in East Carolina. So the Pirates should go to 2-0.
Bailey, I could tell you just about every nickname for college teams. I do not know NC Wesleyans. Do you?
Aren't they the Battling Bishops? Is that right?
I will have to look that up. Is that your final answer?
That's my final answer.
NC Wesleyan basketball. They are the Battling Bishops. Well done. Double B. I might have to throw that one on trivia at AJ's on Wednesday.
I think you should. You should get that one out there, yeah.
That's a good one right there.
Bishops.
Something you said on Saturday, and you repeated it today on your show, Bailey, and it goes into something Roccaforte talked about. One of your favorite parts of the game on Friday against Charlotte was knowing all the ECU players when they took the court, and you didn't need your program, you didn't need to Google anything because the Pirates have a lot of returners. Roccaforte kind of took that a step further. Bailey talked about how much the guys like each other, how good the continuity is. I think that's important in a year like this when you're missing practice time, you're missing scrimmages, that these guys on the court all know each other, they know where they're going. That's going to help a team like ECU this season.
Oh, it really is. And the longer they can keep the core of this group together, and you're going to lose one or two here and there, but as long as they can keep this core together, I mean, this is it's a mulligan year, just like it was in football. So they get another year of eligibility back, and it'll be a juggling act for Coach Dooley and recruiting and that kind of thing. But yeah, it bodes well for the future. And as Coach Rock said, I mean, this team looks like a basketball team. They get off the bus, man. They've got 7-footers. They've got forwards that are 6'6", 6'7", great wingspans. I mean, they look like a basketball team.
I guess technically, is Virginia still the defending NCAA champions, Bailey?
Yes, they are. They were upset the other day by San Francisco. I watched the first part of that game. It was like 11-2, and I said, well, I may go find something else to do and, just check out the final score later on. And I stayed there and kept watching, and they didn't play really well. They had a problem last year early in the season turning the basketball over, and that's what happened to them again. And still they had a shot, three-pointer to win it, and it didn't go in, so they lost about one. So, those early season games, you're going to get one or two like that, but hopefully that'll be the end of that, and they'll start playing some good basketball.
Was Bill Russell playing for the Dons the other night? He's the only San Francisco guy I know.
He's the only San Francisco I can think of.
Bailey, you got North Carolina in action tonight against UNLV, Duke, and Michigan State coming up on Tuesday night, and NC State has gotten their season off to a strong start. So basketball in the Triangle going to be interesting this year to see which team is the best. And you look outside of the state of North Carolina, Virginia, Florida State, maybe the teams to watch out of the ACC this year.
Yeah, Virginia was the preseason pick in the ACC. They're going to be good. Florida State, as you said, with Duke and North Carolina and NC State. I'm a big Kevin Keats fan. I like the way he coaches. I like, it's just hard to win in Raleigh. It's hard to win at State. But I like the way he goes about his business and the way he coaches, and it'd be nice to see him, get into the Carolinas and the Dukes this year.
Shirley, do you have that Mike Houston audio? I got some questions for Bailey on football and Mike Houston. Let's hear the Mike Houston audio following ECU's victory over SMU on Saturday.
That is one hell of a huge win, okay? I've been waiting on this win, okay, for 2 years. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, in 2009, very similar situation, and we throttled a big rival last game of the regular season. And that was the game that turned it, because the momentum of the offseason meant everything. You've got a plan for the offseason, okay, but you had to have that kind of win, because that win, that justifies everything we're doing, okay? If it wasn't for the way you guys conduct yourselves, the way you guys work, the way you compete, okay, your attitudes, if it wasn't for that, we got no shot at doing what you just did. No shot. Family! 1, 2, 3, family!
All right, Bailey, Mike Houston fired up. We've been talking about it. He's been thinking about it as well, getting that signature win at ECU, and that's a monkey off the back for Mike Houston, and he's right. It really does make everything you do, all the preparation, all the hard work, all the swabs going up your nose worth it when you can beat a team like SMU, finish off the season strong.
Yeah, and you think about what he's talking about going into winter conditioning and then spring football, and hopefully some of that will be closer to normal than it has been. And we've talked about it a number of times that I really personally thought that losing some of that really hurt a program like East Carolina more than some other programs around the country. But I think what that does, it just shows the world that they can play with anybody. SMU can play with anybody in this conference, and there's no question. And I think when you beat a team like that, it shows you can do the same thing. The problem is they got to get consistent at it. They got to put some wins together. They finished the year with back-to-back victories, and I think that they look up and when 2021 gets here and you go into those conference games, I mean, this is a tough conference, and every game is going to be a difficult challenge, kind of like the NFL is so even most of the time. The odds makers always have the games relatively even, and the team that executes is the one that wins, and I think that's how life in the American is. They know they've got their work cut out for them. But what Coach Houston said before the game, he said, I just want to see the guys flying around to the football, having fun, and that's what we saw in that first half. I mean, have you ever watched a first half where a team had more fun than that?
45-7 at halftime, Bailey, and the game's over at that point. ECU had to finish it out strong, and that's a difficult thing to do too, right? I asked Rick Smith about it. Getting into the minds of the kids that the game isn't over when really you're going to win that game. It's just a matter of how quickly the clock can move in the second half, because SMU did what they do. They moved the ball down the field. They scored points, but they were playing against ECU and the clock at that point, and kind of tough to get the guys jacked up again when you played that well in the first half.
Yeah, I think that was really difficult, and I think with a young football team, it was even more difficult. They couldn't afford to turn the ball over in the second half. They did on the kickoff return. That was one key play in that second half comeback for SMU. But I don't think there was anyone over there the entire second half thinking we might lose this game. I think for a while they were thinking like, hey, we got to make something happen, or this could get really interesting. And they were able to make something happen. But it was such a tale of two halves. I mean, the first half was all East Carolina. Second half, SMU rallied. But as you said, when you're down that far, you have to have a perfect half to come back from that many points down. And the Pirates played enough defense to keep them out of the end zone, scored another touchdown, and it was fun to see Holton play as well as he did. In 2 years against SMU, he's thrown 10 touchdown passes. I mean, that's unbelievable.
He's got their number for sure. Bailey, the next few Saturdays are going to be really strange because ECU's done, and there's still more American games. There's still more, rivalry games across college football. You've got conference championship games. You've got whatever they're going to do with this bowl season and the playoff. And it's like, well, ECU's kind of the internet meme, looking out the blinds of your window and seeing other people play. It's going to be kind of strange watching these other games going on with no ECU football.
Yeah, and then you think, well, at least we can go watch some basketball games, but we really can't even do that because it's so limited as far as getting the chance to see the Pirates play in hoops. So, and no fans are allowed. Media's allowed a little bit of access, but not much. So that's going to be odd as well. But I think looking back on it now, if they could have gotten another game, how much fun would that be to play Marshall this week at home? I mean, your Pirates riding a 2-game winning streak. Marshall's ranked in the top 15 now. So
I'd love it. I wish we had another Bud Light pregame tailgate ready to go this Saturday. Yeah. I wish we did. But
I understand the ramifications because you can't afford to spend all that money to keep all these kids housed and fed and everything, and not make any money from the game. So I certainly understand that. But just speaking hypothetically, how much fun that would be. But I always get a little sad when football season's over, and we still have some college football left, the NFL left, but
and then
those Saturdays.
Then you got some high school football, hopefully, Bailey. It's going to be strange. So look, you got a lot of football coming up.
That's going to be really strange.
Yeah. Chris Willis was honored as a senior before the game on Saturday, so it appears his time at ECU is done. He was honored with a few others, but there was a lot of seniors left off that field on Saturday that are planning to either come back or might move on to another school. Bailey, what do you know as far as that goes, and what is Mike Houston or anybody within the program said about how many of those seniors are going to try to come back and play for East Carolina again next season?
Well, Coach Houston had said or told me that he gave the option to any of the seniors that wanted to walk, even if they wanted to come back. And he said, if you're not sure what you want to do, you can walk. That way you'll have your senior day. Or if you want to walk and definitely come back, you can do that as well. And have 2 senior days. But he said most of the guys were like, no, Coach, I'm coming back. Now, I don't know if any of those will enter the transfer portal, which could happen, obviously. But I expect that the bulk of those guys, they're going to take advantage of that mulligan year. They're going to come back and play some more football.
Yeah, that'd be great. Well, Bailey, thanks for joining us. We'll hear from you coming up 6 o'clock on the Brian Bailey Show. If you missed it, a great basketball chat with Steve Roccaforte. We appreciate your time as always, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Sounds good. Thanks.
Thank you, sir. Double B, Brian Bailey, WNCT, Channel 9 Sports Director, joining us here on Pirate Radio Live. We'll take a timeout, come back, get ready to wrap up hour number 1. We're back with you after this.
Here with Mike Mullis from Fixed NC. And Mike, you were telling me the other day, people ask you all the time, I didn't know you did that. What does that mean?
You know, anything that involves property damage repair, call us first. If it's your crawl space, you've got interior humidity issues, a water loss, your ice maker line breaks, obviously fire and smoke, everybody knows we do those, but anything that involves interior or exterior property damage, we're your repair experts.
Mike, how can everybody get in touch with you?
252-999-0001 or fixednc.com.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is former ECU tight end Bryce Williams from my friends at the Auto Store Group. If you're in the market for a quality used vehicle, then the Auto Store Group is for you. The Auto Store Group has 3 locations and over 150 quality used vehicles to choose from for all budgets. Shop their entire inventory today at theautostoregroup.com. And remember, every purchase comes with a free bucket of fun. The Auto Store Group, your hometown store, Pirate owned and operated for over 38 years. Go Pirates!
In studio with Dr. Shondell Jones today from Kinetic Physical Therapy. What's new for 2021?
Well, you know, 2020 has been a tough year for a lot of people, especially with the pandemic. And so, listen, we've got a way that people can kind of get that control back. We call it a power up package to start the year. And it's a mix of health coaching and personal training so that people can actually meet those goals and get back in shape. So to meet your goals in 2021, go to kptonline.com or give us a call at Kinetic Physical Therapy and Wellness at 364-2806.
You know, texting while driving is dangerous. That's not new information. Yet most people admit to doing it anyway. Drivers are 23 times more likely to be involved in a car accident while texting. Know the facts and wait to text. The danger is real and it applies to you. Auto Owners Insurance. The no problem people. Information provided by Virginia Tech Transportation Institute.
This is Brian Smith with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates!
Cold weather is here, and some families in our area need help to stay warm. Greenville Utilities' Neighbor to Neighbor program provides help for those who need temporary assistance with their heating costs. You can make a difference. Your tax-deductible donation can be added to your GUC bill each month, or you can make a one-time donation. And GUC matches all donations up to $20,000 each year. Consider helping a neighbor stay warm this winter with GUC's Neighbor to Neighbor program. For more information, call 752-7166 or visit GUC.com.
This football season, prepare your taste buds for the most iconic sports-watching drink of all time, Pepsi. Designed to power even the most passionate of armchair quarterbacks, Pepsi has everything you need to start strong, keep you in the zone, and recover from those triumphant wins.
Before I was just your average football fan, but thanks to Pepsi, I'm a football-watching MVP. Nothing can stop me from cheering my team on to victory or overreacting when the ref makes a bad call. What do you mean he wasn't in? That looks like 2 feet to me.
With refreshing deliciousness specially formulated to keep your eye on the ball and mouth-watering fizziness to help you power through game day, Pepsi is the premier football-watching beverage.
I used to care when Mike cheered so hard he spilled nacho cheese on my carpet or wiped buffalo sauce on my new couch. But thanks to Pepsi, I'm so in the zone, even Mike can't ruin my football party. See? Don't even care.
So this football season, make Pepsi your go-to game day drink because it's the only drink made for football watching. Pepsi, that's what I like.
When you don't have time to go to lunch, let Jimmy John's deliver lunch to you. With Jimmy John's, we can get a freaky fresh sandwich to you freaky fast. Click to order at jimmyjohns.com. Dinner's great. It's one of your top 3 favorite meals. You just don't want to have to make it. Well, with Jimmy John's, you don't have to. Whether you live in a sandwich delivery zone or head into the store, you can always get a freaky fresh sandwich. Click to order at jimmyjohns.com.
This is Touchdown Tony Collins, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Well, welcome back. Greenville Utilities Neighbor to Neighbor program provides help for those who need temporary assistance with their utility costs, and you can make a difference. Your tax deductible donation can be added to your GUC bill each month, or you can make a one-time donation, and GUC matches all donations up to $20,000 each year. Consider helping a neighbor with GUC's Neighbor to Neighbor program. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's your host, Clip Rock.
All right, wrapping up the Final segment here of hour number one. Get us some news and notes, Shirley. And saw a couple of tweets here. John Rothstein says Maryland's game against Towson on Tuesday has been canceled due to a positive COVID-19 test among Towson's Tier 1 personnel. That according to a release and a John Rothstein tweet. We'll talk in a moment to Jeff Nadu about Monday Night Football and Tuesday Night Football. Will there be Tuesday Night Football? Adam Schefter tweeting out about 10 minutes ago that Ravens players have still not been given any guidance on when or if the team will be leaving for Pittsburgh. He says chances of postponement for Tuesday night's game now increasing by the hour. The NFL has not had to move a game and not play a game yet, cancel a game yet. This could be the first. Says the Schefter adds the NFL is waiting on the results from today's round of COVID tests. So, man, that game Tuesday night scheduled between the Ravens and Steelers in jeopardy right now. Chandler, we were talking earlier about there was supposed to be a Tuesday morning college football game. Shirley or Chandler, do you remember? It's Charlotte and somebody. But anyway, that game has been postponed as well. So we were going to get some Tuesday morning college football. That is not going to happen. Shirley, you got anything else from today?
I know that they announced the Appalachian State Louisiana game that is scheduled for Friday night. That is going to be a primetime kickoff. I think they're kicking off at 8:30 coming up tonight. So
Friday night?
Yeah, coming. What did I say, tonight?
Yeah.
I meant Friday night. So I saw that, and obviously we talked about it. I don't know. I'm pretty sure you mentioned it earlier, but Kirk Herbstreit had ranked his top performers for Week 13. I almost did it again.
Oh,
Blake
wow.
Prohl. Ricky. Blake Prohl was listed. I think he had him ranked number 7. As one of his top 25, or excuse me, his top performers for this week. And I just saw, hold on one second, let me scroll back up so I can get the actual time. But BYU and San Diego State, which I believe is the only game that San Diego State is slated to play this year because of COVID protocols and whatnot. But number 8, BYU, San Diego State will play in Lavelle Edwards Stadium coming up December 12th. That will be an 8 p.m. Mountain Time kickoff, and it will be televised on ESPN2. Of course, San Diego State's quarterback is highly touted as one of the...
Wait, are you talking about South Dakota State?
I'm thinking South Dakota State.
San Diego State
never mind.
Playing.
Never mind. I was thinking South Dakota State. And Brett McMurphy just said that... Georgia Athletic Director Greg McGarity will retire at the end of the year as Georgia's athletic director. So that just popped up just a moment ago. And apparently people are like losing their minds over Shaka Smart's hair, by the way.
I saw that today. It is a little jarring to see Shaka Smart with hair.
Yeah, so I haven't seen a picture
of
it.
A lot of hair.
Yeah, apparently he has like a full head of hair when he was like bald forever. So
I wonder if it's real.
I don't know. I have to go and look at a picture of it because I haven't seen anything. Let me see if it'll pull up.
Yeah, go check that out.
It's
a little jarring when you've seen him like for the last
that is
decade.
Straight up. Wow.
Yeah.
That's like screech curls.
Maybe he's. I don't. Is he on the hot seat there at Texas? Maybe he thinks that could help him out. I don't know. Like, hey guys, it's a new me. Forget all the losses.
Cow! Like I did not. Like I said, I had not seen. I had not seen the pictures, but I had seen why everybody was kind of freaking out over it, and I was like, he's got hair.
It's an interesting.
I mean, he wasn't completely bald. I mean, you could tell he had hair that was growing back, but he I guess he preferred to shave it close. But holy cow, I didn't know. Yeah, that is a stark contrast.
Chandler Jepson, you had your hand raised.
Yeah, Mr. Brock, may I speak?
Go ahead.
But
quick.
I don't know if y'all have mentioned this, but I did see earlier today where the San Francisco 49ers will be playing their next 2 home games in Arizona.
Yeah.
At State Farm Stadium.
Then they play the Bills, and then they play the team. And they will play them both both in the Cardinal Stadium.
Yep.
So interesting stuff there. A double dose of Hoosiers news for all of our Indiana fans listening across Eastern North Carolina. Some bad news. Their really talented quarterback, who's been so fun to watch, Michael Penix, is going to be out for the year. He tore his ACL, so that is a blow to the number 12 Hoosiers. But the basketball team looking good right now as Indiana up 52-36 on Providence with 14:39 left to go in that one. Earlier today, Texas knocking off Davidson 78-76. North Carolina UNLV playing tonight at 7, and then after that it'll be Stanford Alabama. Yes, the Maui Invitational being played in Asheville. All right, we'll take a timeout, come back. When we return, we'll visit with the big man on campus, Jeff Nadu from Barstool Sports. He will let us know what he likes going on in college basketball tonight, tomorrow night. Also talk some NFL and some college football with the BMOC. That's on the way when we return on Pirate Radio Live. Back with you after this.
Hey, this is Jay from Villa Verde. Did you know that Villa Verde opened up its second location? Yes, it's Villa Verde Dos on Arlington Boulevard across the hospital. This new location is a fast, casual environment where you can make your own bowls for only $9.95. Choose from our fresh ingredients, from our toppings bars, or enjoy an amazing rotisserie chicken. We promise you can be in and out in less than 15 minutes. For a quick, healthy meal at an affordable price, visit us at Villa Verde Dos on Arlington Boulevard. Villa Verde, a platform for good.
The holiday season is upon us, and have you been naughty or nice this season? Well, it doesn't matter at the Naughty Life, because no matter who you are, you can find the perfect gift for anyone. This holiday season, stroll the new and improved streets of downtown Washington. Be sure to visit the Naughty Life for the latest Yeti products, signs, clothing, home decor, and many other unique gift items. Plus, their gift wrapping is fantastic, and my favorite, it's free. The Naughty Life on Main Street in downtown Washington.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom Brown from Wood Buick GMC Truck. We've been serving the Pirate Nation in Eastern North Carolina for 83 years. We have 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 showrooms, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
This month at Brown & Wood, get an all-new 2020 GMC for 0% for 84 months, or save over $8,000 off all models. As always, Brown & Wood is the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
We're located on Greenville Boulevard next to the Convention Center, or shop us online at brownandwoodauto.com.
CD's Grill in Winterville wants to thank you for all of your support during these crazy times. CD's Grill has the area's best country cooking, and you can come and enjoy a down-home breakfast or one of our daily country lunch specials at CD's Grill.
CD's now has an incredible lunch special from 11 till 2 every Saturday. Choose from 2 hot dogs, cheeseburger, or chicken sandwich with fries and a drink for only $4.99 at CD's Grill every Saturday.
CD's Grill, 111 West Spire Tower Road in Winterville.
Naughty Dog Brewing Company would like to thank everyone for voting them one of the best breweries in 2020. Stop by Naughty Dog this holiday season for a cold one with friends and family, or pick up some crowlers to go. Naughty Dog also has gift cards and cool swag perfect for presents. Naughty Dog has new beer releases every month, plus a great selection of wines, seltzers, and ciders. Also, don't forget about the pub run every Monday at 6:15. Naughty Dog Brewing Company on Main Street in downtown Winterville, and a fun follow on Facebook and Instagram.
Love Jersey Mike subs? Love them times 12 with our new catering box. Packed full of a dozen individually wrapped subs. They're yours for the sharing. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above. You don't need a big meeting. You don't need a birthday. You don't need any excuse at all. You just need to love subs. Times 12. Order the Jersey Mike's catering box today. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Hey Pirate fans, this is Cliff Godwin. Baseball is back at Clark LeClaire Stadium. We will be hosting several youth camps over the next couple months. All camps will be at Clark LeClaire Stadium, and all camps are open to participants between the ages of 7 and 13. Make sure to check out our camp website at cliffgodwinbaseballcamp.com for all camp details and registration information. And of course, go Pirates!
Hey, welcome to Jack Brown's. What can I get you?
Can I get a vodka soda with a lime, please?
No liquor, just beer.
We have beer out the wazoo.
And we don't even know what a wazoo is.
IPAs, sours, gozas, wheats, stouts, porters, you name it, we got it.
Drink 100 beers and join the Notch Club. Don't be a nerd. Ask about the Notch Club.
Yeah, we've got the best craft beer in Greenville.
Awesome. I'll take a pack to us light.
You got it, on the way.
Jack Brown's Beer and Burger Joint, located at 805 Dickinson Avenue, right in the heart of Uptown Greenville.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, W224EI Greenville, WDLX Washington, and W281CH Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Hey, watch all of Pirate Radio's local programming on YouTube Live. Go to YouTube and search for Pirate Radio TV and subscribe today. Watch Pirate Radio Live Monday through Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. And you can just go to YouTube and search Pirate Radio TV and subscribe. And Clip, as we head back in to PRL, I just saw one NFL note coming up for Sunday. This is a Week 14, Sunday, December 13th. The Packers-Lions game will move from the 1 o'clock slot to the 4:25 slot on Fox coming up on December 13th.
Nah, no thank you.
Yeah, that's going to be a bloodbath.
No
Aaron
interest.
Rodgers is he's playing on a whole different level right now.
No interest in watching the lines right now, I can tell you that. But watching Rodgers, you're right. He torched the Bears in the first half last night. Speaking of games that were over at halftime, we talked about ECU SMU. That one was over at halftime.
Talk about how about the Chiefs-Bucks game? That was over at halftime too.
And the Bucks made a rally, but you never felt like
No, they
were gonna-
yeah, and I'm going to echo what Rodney Harrison said yesterday. Why on earth are you not double-teaming Tyreek Hill?
Yeah,
you can't play him one-on-one
he had
in the
200
NFL.
yards in the first half. Well, yeah, he had it in the first quarter, didn't he? Like he was he was going off yesterday. Derrick Henry, a monster first quarter for the Titans in the Colts game as well. All right, we will talk more NFL. We will talk some college hoops, some college football, and more with the BMOC, the big man on campus, Jeff Nadu, who joins us now on the Fixed NC Live line. Big man, how you doing today?
Doing great, Clip. Thanks for having me. Good to talk to you.
Always great to get you on the show, talk some basketball, some football with you. The Big Man on Basketball podcast dropped episode 3 earlier today. Make sure you're subscribed and have that downloaded. And, Jeff, I believe earlier today you said you're going to start going 3 days a week with that, right?
Yeah, we'll be live 9 a.m. It'll drop Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So you're going to get your fill of games. Wednesday's episodes usually will be plenty of game talk, and we'll kind of leave the recaps to Monday, and then Wednesday or Friday we'll do mostly games. Teach people some things and try to educate. Clip.
Let's get your thoughts on the first week of college basketball. I guess a couple of things that stand out are top teams going down. And the other night I did watch Virginia Tech take down Villanova in overtime. Good comeback by the Hokies and pretty much dominated the final 5 minutes there in OT. And, of course, San Francisco knocking off Virginia with all the weird scheduling going on and, no crowds and everything. Jeff, we could see some wild results this year. And I remember we had a ton of number one teams last year in college basketball. We could be set for another wacky season, especially with everything going on around college basketball this year.
Yeah, you got to be on your A game this year. I mean, we've seen it. Obviously you mentioned Villanova, Virginia, Texas Tech went down. Michigan almost lost as a 31-point favorite. Illinois almost lost, being a big favorite as well. You've got to be ready to go because teams are obviously, if you're a mid-major, you're a low major. These games, you're not going to have many of them this year. There's not many non-conference opportunities. So, these guys are coming in. A lot of them are, a lot of the time, Clip, it's weird situations. You look at, San Francisco. This is a team that first game out of the season lost to UMass Lowell. So this was a group that really kind of was sunned, and then they come back and beat Virginia, 2 days later. So, teams are bouncing back. Some teams are just sick of getting beaten up, and, they're going to give their all, and they're going to have one of those games. Look, the problem Virginia has is, they go through these, games where they just can't make shots. You look at, that game where they lost. I mean, they were 3 for 12 from 3. They weren't particularly strong, really, on offense in general, and they didn't do anything bad. They just couldn't make shots that were open to them, and that's what happens when you just don't have enough possessions in a game. You only have so many opportunities to make shots, and that's one of the issues Virginia has. They just don't have a ton of possessions. You gotta do well with the possessions you have.
We're a week late on the Maui Invitational. Also, it's being played in this state. It's in Asheville instead of Hawaii this year. And, Jeff, we saw earlier today a good one between the Longhorns of Texas and Davidson, Texas. Wins it by 2. Indiana Providence playing right now. Later tonight, North Carolina and UNLV. Also, Stanford, Alabama. Any thoughts on that tournament, Jeff, and the teams in that and potentially anything you like going on tonight?
Yeah, that tournament, I got to be honest, doesn't do a ton for me. I thought the first game, if there was any betting value, it would have been in that one with maybe grabbing some points with Davidson. But, as far as the rest of the games, I mean, Stanford, Alabama, not really in love with that one. Indiana, Providence, I think is a low-scoring game, probably played in the 60s. And UNLV, North Carolina, I expect a bounce back from UNLV. They were destroyed in game 1 against a pretty bad Montana State team. Think about Otzelberger UNLV teams. They're going to run. They're going to be good offensively, but they're going to leave a lot to be desired defensively. North Carolina, I think from a pace perspective, should be able to get out and do whatever they want in this game. I'd be looking squarely maybe at a team total for North Carolina. I'm pretty high on them this year with Caleb Love running the point and some of their bigs, Armando Bacot and guys like that. Even the full game over, UNLV should be able to add to the point total. I think they get into the mid-70s. So this could be like an 88, 78 kind of game. 89, 79, something like that. As far as other games I like tonight, though, I'm actually going to a game clip. Something that you'll kind of be connected with being in the American. I like SMU tonight against Texas A&M Corpus Christi. This is a very good SMU team. I think they're a top 25 offense this season. They've got one of the best players in the country nobody talks about in Kendrick Davis, a guy that can run the point. They've just got so much depth. They can really play multiple positions. They have good shooters. They have good defenders. They have guys that can get into the lane, guys that defend on the perimeter. They just really go many ways. They rebound well. They do a nice job from 3. They just really do a lot of good things offensively. And from a defensive perspective tonight, they're a team that I think they're going to be able to force some turnovers. If you know anything about Corpus Christi, this team turned the ball over more than anyone in the country last year. They were dead last in turnover rate. They just really have major issues running offense. They only put up 64 points in their first game against a non-Division I team. Really struggled against Texas State last time out. They just don't have much talent. SMU at home, great place to play at home. They should be able to take care of business. And when you look at SMU, they beat a good Sam Houston State team. To me, a top 3 Southland team by 30, put up 97. Corpus Christi's at the bottom of the rung in the Southland, if you ask me. I think SMU runs away and wins, 98, 65, something like that.
Talking to the big man on campus, Jeff Nadu. A big man on basketball is available for you to subscribe to and download. Get it wherever you get your podcast. And Jeff will talk a lot about Gonzaga this year, obviously, and they are 2-0 to start the season. And from a football perspective, like you look at what Cincinnati's done this year, BYU. I feel like for the most part, and I know that the BYU-Washington deal happened, but for the most part, these teams do try to schedule big-time opponents, and big-time opponents don't want to play them if they don't have to. For basketball in Gonzaga, they're obviously a power now. They're a favorite potentially to win the championship. But the way Mark Few schedules these games is incredible. I mean, they've already, of course, played Kansas. They were supposed to play Tennessee. Instead, they're going to play West Virginia coming up on Wednesday. And I believe Gonzaga plays Baylor on Saturday, right, Jeff, or Sunday. They got a big game coming up this weekend as well. So already out of the gate, they're taking on all these top teams. And you want to talk about battle-tested, even though that their conference, the West Coast Conference, might not be great, they certainly will be battle-tested when it comes to March Madness time.
Yeah, I mean, they're battle-tested every year. And don't forget, they actually had Tennessee scheduled as well, but some COVID stuff kind of pushed that off the schedule, which, I got to be honest, I don't think that's bad news for Tennessee. But, yeah, for anyone that if there are still people that make that argument that they don't play anyone, that they're just misguided. They don't know anything about basketball. They're probably someone that just watches the conference tournaments and the tournament. That's just a weak, bad, horrific argument. The truth of the matter is, you're right. They had West Virginia. They have Baylor. They played Kansas already. They get Iowa, a top 15 team. We actually talked in the pod about, I asked my co-host Ryan about what his percentage would be. If you look at Ken Palm right now, their chance at an unbeaten record the whole way through is about 14%. I put it higher than that. He mentioned that he thought it was maybe even a little lower than that, adding West Virginia. But I think it's safe to say, Clip, if they can get through West Virginia and Baylor, I don't think they lose here. I don't see a loss on the schedule. Again, who knows what happens in a random situation. Maybe they have some COVID issues, and that's where I think you obviously would think it's maybe lower. But I don't think there's anyone in the schedule that beats them.
Jeff, good win for the Pirates to start the season against Charlotte. East Carolina was scheduled to be in a tournament last week, did not go there. They scheduled 2 games over the weekend, were able to play one of those against Charlotte. Now they've put together a midweek game against a D3 opponent tomorrow. So Joe Dooley just trying to get whatever he can in, and they are scheduled to play Radford coming up on Saturday. Jeff, boy, looking at it, I have not watched Radford at all, but the Highlanders are already 0-3 to start the season. What do you know about that team, if anything?
Yeah, I mean, you look at a team that just was destroyed last year from a graduation perspective. I mean, last year's team, 10th in the country in experience. They have Carly Jones, Travis Field, Donald Hicks. But you look at this year, it's a different situation. 220th now in experience. And the big issue for this group has been they just can't score the basketball. I mean, you look at the first 3 games of the season, 62, 54, and 59, all 3 losses. 2 of the games were against Norfolk State and James Madison. Just Mike Jones is really kind of scraping for talent here. There's just not a ton of talent on this team. I would be very surprised if, and again, I think East Carolina is going to be a sizable underdog in this game. I think if you're getting more than, frankly, if you're getting more than 5 points in this game, I would very much like East Carolina. I like the under as well. Neither team, I think, is going to really get out and run. But, Radford's not a good basketball team. They should be able to, East Carolina, have a shot because they have the best player on the court, and I think they're a better team than Radford, and sizably a better team.
Jeff, let's talk a little football with you while we got you here. Your Eagles in action tonight on Monday Night Football, taking on the Seahawks. And a lot has happened in the NFC East since the Eagles have last played. Washington knocked off Dallas to move into first, and the Giants lose Daniel Jones, but are able to beat the woeful Bengals. Man, there's a ton of injuries at the quarterback position this year in the NFL. The Eagles, well, what's the deal with Carson Wentz and the news coming out of Philadelphia? Is he still the guy going into tonight's game against Seattle? Do we see some Jalen Hurts? What's going on with that situation?
Well, look, unfortunately, they don't really have much of a leg to stand on, as far as that. I mean, they gave Carson Wentz a huge contract. They went up and, gave away a ton of resources to acquire him in the NFL draft a few years ago. And they'll talk that they're going to play Jalen Hurts, but I don't think Doug Peterson has any interest in moving on from Carson Wentz. Look, I'll continue to say this. Carson's been really poor this season, and he continues, 4 years in his career to make the same mistakes over and over again. But, we saw this with Donovan McNabb, during the most of his career. When you don't give a player or a quarterback weapons, you don't give him, much chance up front, you're going to see poor play like this. And look, there's a lot of mistakes that Carson's made because of Carson, but, look, at the end of the day, outside of the Super Bowl year, and he didn't play that year, in the playoffs, this skill position group has been laughable. Travis Fulgham, a nice player, but a walk-on, he kind of has come back to earth. Jalen Reagor was the 5th or 6th best receiver in this draft, and outside of that, you have nothing. Zach Ertz hasn't played in weeks. The offensive line, every week it's some practice squad player or 4-stringer. You got Jason Peters, who was on the street before they offered him a contract because of injuries. They don't have much of a run game. Miles Sanders just will not run north-south. Defensively, they don't get put in a lot of good positions. So, I hear a lot of people belittle Carson, and I have as well. But until you give Carson Wentz some weapons like you gave Donovan McNabb, you're going to still have these same problems. It's almost like having a Ferrari and you just beat it into the ground and don't do any maintenance on it, and you don't put any gas in it. Eventually, it's just going to stop running, and that's kind of where Carson Wentz is at this point.
They take on the Seahawks tonight, Jeff, and then hopefully we can get a Tuesday night game in, although I don't know what it's going to look like between the Ravens and the Steelers. Baltimore has had a ton of issues with COVID. Looks like the Steelers have had some of their own issues here, so they're going to try to get that game in on Tuesday. And the Steelers are going to be a big favorite in that game because I guess we don't know what kind of Baltimore team we're going to see on the field tomorrow night.
Yeah, I mean, there's been some issues, but, for the most part, you look at yesterday, Clip, 14 games played in the NFL, one of which, there was a quarterback that only had one pass completion, which I find to be incredible. I think that's amazing that he only had one completion. But as far as the game tonight, I think, look, I just don't want to get embarrassed. I don't think the Eagles will win this game. Sharp money is very much on the Eagles, and, that's fine. Sharp bettors are notoriously stubborn people. They're going to bet numbers, and look, the number makes total sense here. The whole world will be on the Seahawks tonight. And I won't lie to you, Clip. I will have a little Eagles in my pocket just because, a lot of the time in the NFL for me, it is all about numbers. I don't necessarily care much about, players a lot of the time just because I do think the Eagles defensively aren't terrible. I do think Wentz can make plays, and I don't think the Seahawks defense is very good. It wouldn't surprise me if this game is like 31 21 late, where, the Seahawks have cruised and kind of been up double digits the entire game, and the Eagles have the ball with 4 minutes left, and they go in and, get a late touchdown or something, and this game looks better than it really was. Sharp money is very much on the Eagles, and it should be. What's all you heard this week, Clip? Carson Wentz is going to get better. And maybe Jalen Hurts comes in and does some good things,
right?
And elevates the Eagles.
All right, Jeff, before we let you go, you like SMU tonight in hoops. We'll talk to you again later this week, probably Thursday. We'll hear Big Man on Basketball, the podcast on Barstool Sports again on Wednesday. Anything tomorrow's, Tuesday's basketball action that you've looked at that we should be aware of, keep an eye on with all the games going on?
Yeah, I actually really like this card, and I urge you, I put out a few plays tomorrow on the pod, one of which was I recommended a play on Western Kentucky. I'm really interested in seeing what this line opens at. Western Kentucky's been battle-tested. If you know me, I'm very high on this team. Louisville, Clip, right now is absolutely riddled with injuries. Chris Mack has made some points that they just don't have enough players, seemingly, to play games. So they're one I'm looking at. And I also have a first-half angle that I think a lot of people should start playing when it comes to a certain Big Ten team. So you can check out the pod for that. I do want to also, Clip, congratulate the ECU Pirates for a big win over the weekend.
Yeah.
It's interesting, Clip. Maybe I should be a coach in college football because seemingly when I say things, Mike Houston listens. I don't know if he heard me, but as I said, involve your playmakers and good things will happen. You did that, and East Carolina absolutely romped. Good win for the Pirates.
That was shocking, Jeff. What the Pirates are, 45-7 at halftime. I mean, incredible. Yeah. So it was a good way to end the year. We appreciate you joining us all year long on the Bud Light pregame tailgate, and we'll keep it rolling here on Pirate Radio Live with you throughout the rest of the year and on into 2021.
Yeah, Clip, I got to be honest real quick. I was totally unaware that was ECU's last game. That's disappointing. I thought they had one more for some reason, but I guess they didn't have any cancellations, so it kind of worked out.
Yeah, they played the 9 that they had set on the schedule, and Jeff, to be honest with you, at this point last week, I was kind of glad the season was coming to an end, but after Saturday, I want to see that team play again. I wish they would have scheduled another game.
One other thing, and I know we're running up against it. Yeah. I got an idea. But Mike Houston will never do this because, again, remember, he's all about, he's all about sportsmanship. Why don't you schedule a game with James Madison, Mike? I mean, you won't do that, though. You don't want that smoke.
All right, JMU ECU, get it done. Let's play it.
Do it, Mike.
Let's play it Saturday. All right, Jeff. Thanks for your time as always, man. We'll talk to you later this week.
Thanks, Cliff.
Do it, Mike. All right, there's the big man on campus, Jeff Nadu from Barstool Sports. He'll join us coming up later on in the week to talk more college basketball. Right now, Indiana looking to close out Providence, 62-46 that score with 7:30 left to go in the ball game. Coming up later tonight, North Carolina and UNLV. going to be participating in the Maui Invitational in beautiful Asheville, North Carolina. Also Stanford, Alabama later tonight as well. UCF in action against Auburn. That'll be a pretty good game, as UCF a slight favorite, 7 o'clock tonight on ESPN+. All right, we'll take a time out, come back, we'll talk some Pirate Hoops and ECU football with Ronnie Woodward from the Daily Reflector. He joins us on the other side. Also, stay tuned. We will make you a winner coming up at the end of next segment, as we will open up the booty bag once again on a Monday. So that's all on the way on Pirate Radio Live. We're back after this.
Banking is banking until service is not the same. This is Eric Clark from Select Bank and Trust, and this year has been unusual, but we have continued to focus on what has always been important to us, our customers. When businesses needed access to the Paycheck Protection Program, our team of local bankers worked around the clock to successfully keep our customers open and their employees working. Wouldn't you like to deal with a bank that is responsive to your needs, can make local decisions, and cares about you, the customer? We are Select Bank and Trust. Bank local, bank select.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey, Pirate fans, get ready for a winning season and get things done right with a John Deere tractor package from Quality Equipment. You can't afford to lose on your home turf, so we'll help you get the driveway done right at the right price. Right now, our 1023E driveway package starts as low as $148 per month. So get quality done right before every ECU football weekend. Visit QualityEquip.com. Offer ends 12/31/2020. Subject to approved installment credit with John Deere Financial. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Ahoy, mateys! To keep those cars clean, you need the Pirates Cove Fast Pass.
The new Pirates Cove Car Wash and Haviland Express Lube on Glen Burnie Road in New Bern is now open. Pirates Cove in New Bern is offering Fast Passes for $9.99 for new Fast Pass customers. You can visit us in Greenville on Fire Tower Road, Memorial Drive, and on East 10th Street. And have you heard? Pirates Cove on Fire Tower Road is now offering interior cleaning.
So we have you surrounded. Pirates Cove, the official car wash partner of ECU Athletics.
The best place in Greenville to unwind and have fun is AJ McMurphy's. AJ's is open every day with great food and great drink specials. During the week, stop by for open mic, music on the patio, or sports trivia with me, Clip Rock. The weekends are made for football. Watch every game in college on Saturday, and every Sunday is Fun Day with the NFL ticket. Follow AJ's on Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat to see their features menu and weekly lineup. AJ McMurphy's, Turnberry Square at Bells Fork, and online at ajmcmurphys.com. White Claw Hard Seltzer. Discover a new wave of refreshment. Crafted using seltzer water, 5% alcohol, and a hint of fruit. Available in 5 fruit flavors, 2 grams of carbs, gluten-free, and 100 calories. Find it at whiteclaw.com. White Claw Hard Seltzer. Nothing tastes quite like it. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with natural flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, 2019 Chicago. Visit whiteclaw.com for full nutritional information.
University PC Care is proud to support Greenville Fire Rescue this year in their annual Operation Santa Claus Toy Drive. Stop by their Fire Tower location over the next 2 weeks to drop off new unwrapped toys. University PC Care will honor $20 off any service for customers dropping off toys, and they will donate an additional unwrapped toy for every toy donated. If you have any questions or for iPhone or computer support, call 558-1280 or go online at universitypccare.com.
If you thought you saw the last of double cheeseburger pizza, think again, because it's back at Papa John's again. Get a large double cheeseburger pizza for just $12. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
Hey, Pirate fans, order the new double cheeseburger pizza for only $12. The new cheeseburger pizza is an MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, the official pizza of the ECU Pirates.
2020 certainly hasn't been the year many of us were hoping for, but one thing has stayed the same. I'm Tim Sutton with Greenville Auto World, and our commitment to our customers has never wavered. Let Greenville Auto World show you how easy it is to buy a quality used car in Greenville. We believe in fair prices, superior service, and treating customers right leads to satisfied repeat buyers. Your vehicle is a big investment, and our customers trust us to keep them up and running with outstanding service and value. For Greenville Auto World, cross from Hardee's at Bells Fork.
This is Stephen Igo, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center of Greenville's new extended care clinic is now open Saturday and Sundays from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. So you can avoid the emergency department for any urgent orthopedics care. For more information, call 757-2663 or visit orthoeast.com. Orthopedics East, providing services to Eastern North Carolina and the Pirate Nation for more than 35 years. And Cliff, just saw this tweet just a few minutes ago. This is from Dan Graziano from ESPN, and he says, per source, today's round of Baltimore Ravens test results produced no new positives that would impact tomorrow's game. There was one new positive, but it's an injured reserve player who has not been in close contact with others. The NFL has given Ravens the option to fly to Pittsburgh tomorrow following more tests.
I read recently that Baltimore had 19 players on the COVID protocol list or whatever.
Well, it gets more interesting. Pro Football Talk just tweeted out less than 45 seconds ago, per their source, there are new fears of Ravens players refusing to play tomorrow night, which technically would be a wildcat strike. It would create major issues between NFL and the Players Association. If it happens, potentially it could jeopardize the balance of the season. The plot thickens.
Yes, that is...
These are the days of our lives.
New fears of Ravens players refusing to play. Interesting. All right, that is scheduled for Tuesday. Tonight, Eagles and Seahawks. Have not seen any reason why that will not be a go. You can hear it right here on Pirate Radio later on this evening. Ronnie Woodward is here inside the Pirate Radio studios. Ronnie, good to see you.
You too.
Last time I talked to you, did not think we would be talking about an ECU victory over SMU. That performance in the first half by the Pirates, some of the best football we have seen in a long, long time from the guys in the purple and the gold.
It was, for sure. I mean, the first half was something, and I think the fake punt started it all for me. That's what I wrote my column about today. Luke Larson, the 28-year-old Australian who Mike Houston said after the game struggles singing the fight song. I guess they let him lead the fight song.
Oh, dear.
And he just isn't very good at it, I guess. Doesn't know the words, that type of thing. About as random as a player as you can get from Australia to Greenville, North Carolina. But I think that play was one of the most significant plays of the American Athletic Conference era of ECU football.
What if so SMU has the punt to ECU. ECU gets it. There you have fourth down. What if they do punt? What happens after that?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to tell. But yeah, I think that was really it wasn't over when the fake punt happened, but that was the first sign of ECU's sideline was jacked, man. They were fired up. Larson was trying to run over dudes. Like, he's had the ball high and tight like a running back. Then you hit the the receiver pass, the reverse pass. Dre Wilson had a just strip of SMU cleanly ran down. It was just one thing. The whole complimentary football thing happened, and I don't know. ECU was so good. I don't want to take anything away, so I'm trying to tread this lightly, but I'll be honest, SMU was a no-show in the first half. I mean, you want to talk about not interested.
We did give the recipe for them.
It happened.
Being flat.
I mean, they just did not seem interested in any way other than the spurt for most of the third quarter.
But they came out and played well in the second half, which means that at some point they got focused and got back right. So, you can't say that they slept walked through the entire game. Yeah. But they're early. They were shell-shocked.
Had no life, yeah. I mean, again, some of those scenes of ECU's sideline, we hadn't seen in a while. Again, the fake punt. I'm trying to think. The incomplete pass that should have been a safety that was ruled an incomplete pass at an end zone with Boucher. That one, when they were reviewing that, they were playing music through the thing, and even the coaches, you probably seen, you were dancing. I mean, it wasn't as big a deal, but it reminded me some of the UNC 70-point game. At least that feeling of ECU just blowing out this team, and the players were just loving it.
Yeah.
I mean, there was no fans, but they didn't care. I mean, they were playing music, they were dancing, they were just getting big play after big play. I mean, something, that we haven't seen. Again, the NC State game, the UNC game, and there's been some big wins, obviously, the last decade. But as far as AAC victories, it's the best one they've ever had. There's absolutely no question.
Yeah, and Mike Houston's biggest win as head coach of the Pirates, and he needed that. I mean, the players needed that. Mike Houston talked about it to, really put a stamp on the work they've put in, and as I added to it, all the tests that they have to take every week, the swab of the nose, it kind of makes it all worth it. But Mike Houston needed it himself to get the monkey off the back a little bit, and to show the Pirate Nation, the fans, that things are really moving in the right direction. Because Ellerbe mentioned it, we don't see what happens behind the scenes, which Mike Houston says is going very well, and the culture is getting to where he wants it to be. All we see is what happens on game day, and we saw a blowout on Saturday. It was awesome. It was
wild for sure. Again, I mean, just the fashion in which they did it, and it's all, we can talk about the first half, and the game was over at halftime. I mean,
it was.
Clearly they, I guess early fourth quarter and then mid fourth quarter, they were down 2 touchdowns. But they were still down 2 touchdowns. I mean, they had a bunch of momentum, but it still had to be touchdown, onside kick, get it, touchdown, to tie the game. So, I mean, ECU won the game. Sure, they could have, if they would have, gotten more points or, cashed in more in the second half, it could have been a true 30, 25, 30-point blowout. But the first half did it. And I mean, I think it's significant for sure.
I'm not that disappointed in the second half, because how many times over the last few years has ECU been out of a game at halftime, and then they score some in the second half, and you're like, well, they didn't quit. I got kind of tired of hearing that. Yeah, they didn't quit
this year.
Yeah,
Georgia Southern, or not Georgia Southern. Georgia State this year is the same way.
Well, guess what? On Saturday, SMU didn't quit, but they got beat down. They got blown out because of what happened in the first half.
Exactly, and lost by 2 touchdowns.
When you're up when you're up 45-7 in the first half, Mike Houston doesn't want to hear this, and the players. But you can take the second half off.
Yeah,
game's over.
Yeah,
and that's what happened on Saturday.
The only thing that would have been cool, and I'll steal this from Iga, because I was running this morning on Neighborhood and heard him mention it on his podcast. But if it would have been a true blowout, 30-point whatever style, it would have been cool for Caden Norman to get in the game. Because I guess somebody asked, why didn't Mason Garcia play? Because no matter what, everybody wants Mason Garcia to play. But Caden Norman would have been cool to go in for a snap.
Chandler and I were half jokingly, talking about that here in the studio on Saturday.
But it just didn't, because it got tight in the fourth quarter, enough so where you weren't going to just put Caden Norman in with 5 or 6 minutes left in the game. And then they didn't get the ball. SMU ended the game with the ball. So it's not like ECU got it 20 seconds and they could let him take a knee or something. But
there was also a period of time there in the fourth quarter where it was still a 3-possession game, and I was like, okay, well, Mason Garcia is going to play here, and I hope he does, so people won't call in and talk about it.
Yeah.
And things stayed just close enough where they had to go Ehlers the whole way.
Yeah, for
on
sure.
Saturday.
I mean, some of the fumbles and stuff in the fourth quarter obviously led to that, but as we said earlier, the first half, and I mean,
let's take the reverse out of the playbook when you're up that big in the fourth quarter.
That was odd.
Yeah.
For sure. I'm with you. But I was looking the last if you look at the last 3 or 4 years, I mean, all they've beaten really is UConn, Old Dominion, and some FCS teams. I mean, you can go back 4 or 5 years, and that's Old Dominion a few times, UConn every year pretty much, and sprinkle on some FCS, and that's it.
The others that come to mind are coaches trying to kind of start a program, programs that have been bottomed out, like Cincinnati and BYU.
Yeah,
when they came here, were really struggling. Well, look where they are now. They're fantastic programs and teams. But at the time of those wins, they were really, really bad.
Yeah.
And you can throw South Florida from this year, like you said, with year one of Jeff Scott, right?
Yeah.
So
last year, the only home wins were FC Gardner Webb, and Norfolk State.
No, Norfolk State was supposed to play this year.
William and Mary.
Yeah.
So that was Mike Houston's first FBS home win. And the first ever, the whole first since. 2007 was the last time they won consecutive
back-to-back
games to end the season. The Tulsa thing I talked about a lot last week. We talked about here. That's only the second ECU win against a team that had a winning record in the league, winning American team, Tulsa in 2015. So, there was a lot of those stats and notes, and that's why I think they celebrated. They hit Mike Houston with the Gatorade, and they took a team photo, and they were fired up about it, and probably deserved that. It just kind of shows where the program was a few years ago, as sad as it is, and that was a big step to getting out of that.
My entire life, Washington has had so many 6-10, 7-9 seasons that I would just freak myself out after every season and go back and say, if this happened, if we'd have just made this play, we win that game. None of it matters, of course, but there's a lot of Pirate fans doing that, and for good reason. If Holton Ahlers plays the Navy game, what happens? If Tulsa, if the calls go the way they should have gone that night in Tulsa, what happens? Well, what happens is you're 5-4, right? You have a winning record this year, which would have really come out of nowhere. It tells you you're close, but again, your record is 3-6 to end the year. Not great, but man, finished with a flurry with the win over Temple, and then a couple of blowout wins to close out the year.
Exactly. The way they did it,
it's kind of a shame they don't have another one, Ronnie.
Yeah, shorthanded Temple took it to them. Relatively simple and easy. For the most part. And then, SMU was kind of the surprise, but still, it's not like they squeaked it out the last second field goal. It was a complete domination. Again, I think SMU was not thrilled to be here. Whatever the reason was, they were just not into it and really kind of sluggish. But still, again, ECU took advantage of the situation. Temple, they had a good situation. They took advantage of it. Won big. SMU ended up being a good situation in the first half, obviously. Took advantage and won big. So, that's the sign of a team that is, starting to show some maturity and whatnot. And, just the big plays was, Blake Prohl and Tyler Snead, as much as we talk about C.J. Johnson, we have a lot and him needing to be the guy, and I said it a lot earlier in the year. I don't know. Blake Prohl was the go-to player that game, and there's been some games that's been that way, and obviously Snead the same way. So those guys are, maybe they are go-to receivers more so than C.J. Johnson, or they can do it collectively. I thought C.J. would be the guy this year to take a huge step. He really didn't. It was more or less Prohl and Snead that were consistent, and they went to and they carried the way against SMU.
Ronnie Woodward here. Shirley, let's take a time out as we go to break. Let's make somebody a winner as well as we open up the booty bag again.
Booty, 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 booty everywhere. Booty, 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 booty everywhere.
What are we giving away right now, Shirley Rhodes?
I am giving away lunch for two at Tiebreakers.
Lunch for two at Tiebreakers on the line. Great sports food, as Ronnie mentioned when he came in. What are they just going to play basketball all day, every day?
Yeah.
I hope so. If they do, you can go watch hoops on their great TVs at Tiebreakers while you have your lunch for two. That is available right now. 317-1250, caller 12 is a winner. We're back after this.
Christmas presents are great, but Christmas cash is awesome. This is Vince from Play It Again Sports in Greenville, and it's time for us to help you turn around the stuff in your house into cash. Clean out your closets and garages for cash today. We're buying sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, tennis, lacrosse, hockey, and more. We're buying bicycles, skateboards, snowboards, water skis, treadmills, ellipticals, dumbbells, and more. Play It Again Sports, your home for Christmas cash. Just past the Cracker Barrel on Greenville Boulevard. Find us on Instagram and Facebook.
Get your ice cold Bud Light, Seltzer here.
Even though you can't go to the game, doesn't mean the game can't be brought to you now, hip. Just go to budlight.com/delivery. That's budlight.com/delivery.
Give me 2 mangoes.
Coming at you. It's a little short. Ow. Sorry. You know what? I'm just going to walk them over to you.
Whenever there's a game to watch, there's a Bud Light there. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, and Bud Light Seltzer. IRC Beer, beer in Texas, St. Louis, Missouri.
Warren's Hot Dog Pizza, homemade lemonade.
Hey, Pirate Nation, Warren's Hot Dogs, 2 locations are open for business in Greenville and Chocowinity. Both locations have drive-through windows, so stop by today for hot dogs, pizzas, subs, apple and peach turnovers, homemade lemonade, and breakfast in Chocowinity, featuring homemade cheese, ham, and chicken biscuits, plus sausage dogs and more. Warren's in Greenville, across from Ron Ayers Motorsports, and in Chocowinity, next to the fire department. Warren's Hot Dogs. Want some? Get some.
Let's turn a trip to the branch into a tap on your phone. Let's hit pause on a lost debit card without hitting pause on life. That's how First National Bank is redefining convenience with a top-rated mobile app that puts more security and control at your fingertips and friendly people to help you succeed right by your side. Let's get started at fnb-online.com or your local First National Bank. FNB member FDIC.
At Tiebreakers, we admit we have a bit of a problem. People love our wings so much that they're starting to sell their home TVs just so they can watch all the sporting events here at Tiebreakers. Seriously, we're glad you love our hand-breaded, hand-cut boneless wings that much, but we really need you to go home at the end of the night. It's okay, we'll be here tomorrow, and when you come back, bring a friend with you. For great food, great friends, and cold beer, we'll see you at Tiebreakers. Tiebreakers, break the chain, eat local.
Hidden phone trade-ins, hidden plan requirements, hidden catches. You won't find any of those at US Cellular because we do things differently. And that means you can get the Samsung Galaxy S20 FE or Google Pixel 5 for free with no hidden requirements all season long. US Cellular. Upgrade to fair. Terms and conditions apply. See store uscellular.com for details.
Does the idea of going to your local U.S. Cellular store make you feel a bit uncomfortable? Tired of the hassle of waiting and wearing a mask? Let Toby Williams and his outside sales team take away that worry. They will come right to your home or office and drop your phone off on the porch or at the front desk for you. Saving you time and worry is what the team at Cellular Warehouse is all about. Call Toby today at 252-799-7051 and let them help you with all of your wireless needs. Cellular Warehouse, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent.
We are back, baby. We are back.
CPW's is back. Back open every day for lunch. CPW's classic menu is also back with all of your favorites like tortellini CPW's, Cajun chicken and pasta, classic lasagna, the garbage pizza, the stromboli, calzone, Atlantic salmon, the Cajun fried shrimp wrap, and more. Start every meal off with your favorite beverage and CPW's fresh baked bread and garlic butter. CPW's is back. Back open for lunch in the Stanton Square Shopping Center next to the hospital. Follow CPW's on Facebook for daily updates.
Hey everybody, this is David Glenn, and you're listening to my favorite station in Eastern North Carolina, Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Do you think you might have been exposed to COVID-19? Do you think your employees might have been exposed? ArcPoint Labs of Greenville offers same-day COVID-19 results. No referral is needed, and same-day results are available. ArcPoint Labs of Greenville is located across from Vidant Hospital on Executive Circle behind Southern Bank. You can call for an appointment or just walk in. ArcPoint Labs of Greenville, 215-5688 or arcpointlabs.com. Congratulations to Alan Moy of Winterville. Picked up lunch for 2 at Tiebreakers. Tiebreakers is open every day at 11 a.m. and is the best place to watch your favorite sports while enjoying the best wings in town. And along with sandwiches, appetizers, cold beer, and more. Follow Tiebreakers on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates. And as we head back into the show clip, a couple of news and notes that's just come across. Adam Schefter just tweeted out that it looks like that the Ravens-Steelers game is going to get moved a third time. So we'll keep an eye on that. Nothing official, but it's leaning in that direction. And College Game Day will be headed to...
Pirate fans, you're not going to like this.
Conway, South Carolina, for the first time ever, as Coastal Carolina and Liberty will play against each other, and ESPN's College Game Day will be on site.
The Chanticleers hosting College Game Day. Wow. Another 2020 moment there. Look, it is a good football game, Liberty and Coastal. But, the why not us will start. Well, let's go undefeated. And ECU could potentially host a College Game Day. ECU Cincinnati next year, Ronnie. 2 undefeated teams. And Greenville. There it is. College Game Day. Ready
I wonder,
to go.
I guess the Coastal thing makes sense, but like Liberty lost NC State. Like if they both would have been undefeated, I could see it maybe. But I'm sure it's going to be like a Coastal love fest, and they'll just play up the Coastal thing.
Yeah, and they've had like some viral videos in post-game locker room with like
the wrestling
and kind of Myrtle Beach redneck type of thing going on that people get behind. So, College Game Day going to Conway. How about that? All right, here with Ronnie Woodward and talk Pirate football a moment ago. Season coming to an end. I mentioned it to Bailey, Ronnie. It's going to be weird. I wish ECU was playing again, but I will enjoy my Saturdays because there are still some college football Saturdays to go here in this season with teams that got started late, with makeup dates going on in December, the first couple of weeks. And when is championship weekend? Is that the 12th or the 19th? I want to say it's the 19th, right? Or am I wrong on that?
I think a lot of them are the 19th.
Yeah, I think that. So you still got a couple weeks to go before we get to that date. So there's
it might not all be on the same day this year either.
They could.
Usually they are.
I'm pretty sure that they're going to stay mostly on the same day. So you've got some weekends coming up, Ronnie, where a lot of teams are playing, and ECU will not be one of those teams.
Yeah. Which we're kind of used to at this point, I guess. But that's a cool backflip.
Tyreek Hill went off yesterday.
I mean the Cincinnati thing, right, is still, I think, at least in play. I don't know why they won't just play BYU on that day. That will be this Saturday, which I guess is obviously it's not going to happen. But
so BYU is going to play South Dakota State. I think Shirley talked about earlier.
Oh, really?
And play that highly touted quarterback, I guess. But
that's interesting. At least maybe they'll beat BYU.
Yeah, that'll be a cool upset.
Yeah, I think they missed a chance there. But yeah, I mean,
BYU missed a chance by not playing Washington when they had the opportunity.
Yeah,
play that game.
Yeah,
why play Cincinnati again?
Because Cincinnati's ranked 7th or whatever. Washington's not ranked, right?
But I almost feel like people will give them more credit for beating Washington than beating Cincinnati.
Nah, I don't think so.
You shouldn't, but people will, just because of the conference they're in.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but I don't know. Whatever. We'll see. I want Cincinnati to get in. I don't know. Looks like their options are limited, though.
So Ohio State needs another game because they're not going to.
If they get a game canceled, then they're good, right?
Would you play Ohio State if you're Cincinnati? I would absolutely not. Not this year.
That's a good question. I don't know. Why not? I mean, they probably wouldn't win, but
no. And then your chances will be over.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I wouldn't play that one.
Not this year.
I would go the BYU route.
Yeah.
Play them if you make the playoff and you're the number 4 and they're the 1. Like, sure. Then you've already made your money and you've made it.
If you're in the playoff and they schedule it, you're going to play them, obviously. You're not going to cancel at that point. Redbeard says that game day is an opportunity for Hugh Freeze to find a new job as well. Let's see. Well, it's also Find Hugh Freeze a New Job show for ESPN. So, he will be moving up the ranks probably once again.
Yeah.
Be back in the SEC.
South
with
Carolina,
his
maybe.
Burner phones. Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah.
South Carolina is going to have a new coach when they come to Greenville next year. If they come to Greenville, finally.
Yeah. They're supposed to. John Gilbert last said they were scheduled.
They're coming. We shall see.
I don't know how late they can back out, but
yeah,
I'm sure they can this summer or something.
In 2020, you can back out the day of and not play.
That's true. Maybe it's a new trend.
Pirate hoops, Ronnie. How about the Pirates winning on the road to start the season in 2020.
It was, yeah. We had a Zoom with Coach Dooley earlier today. And I wanted to ask him about the rotations a little bit. All 9 guys who played were returners, obviously. Mainly Noah Farrakhan is probably the one name that people wanted to see play or, check him out. And he didn't play, and Coach Dooley kind of referenced defense with him, and then as a positive referenced defense with Robinson White, Tyree Jackson, and even Baruti. So looks like that's something, people may be wondering that. Maybe that's why defensive whatever principles, intensity kind of plays into that. So a much different situation tomorrow in GGs.
And we'll hear the response. You asked him about when you look at a game against Wesleyan, and you can't come out and say, Coach, you're going to be up by 1 million and get guys in, but you said, is it an opportunity to maybe play a Farrakhan or guys that didn't get in against Charlotte? And here's what he said.
I think with Noah, we're trying to get a comfort level with him. I think he's going to be a really good player. He does a lot of really good things. He's got, in a game like that where it's not going to be very many possessions, he's got to be able to do a few more things than he's able to do defensively. That's one of those games where if it's a 4-point swing or a 5-point swing, you might never recover because it's a very short possession game. He's going to be a good player. I'm excited about him. I do hope to be able to get some of these guys some minutes. This is where, like everybody else, everybody's in the same boat that we're in. There was no exhibition games, so you're trying to feel your way through this. I think that one of the things the exhibition games do is they give the guys a feel for how much faster the game is. Which they didn't get that opportunity. I think we were a little winded, but I thought they did a good job of fighting back, and we're also fortunate enough to play 9 guys. So I think that a little bit of our depth does help.
All right, Joe Dooley there, and hoping to get some everybody some run against Wesleyan tomorrow if the score can't get out of hand. But, yeah, I saw that brought up by a few people, Ronnie, but look, I thought it was awesome to, as Bailey said, know everybody who was playing in that Charlotte game, and everybody has their roles, and it was great to see everybody accept their role against Charlotte and Baruti and Pig. Those guys coming off the bench, even Robinson White, played well on Friday against Charlotte.
And Luigi, I like him.
He's a factor.
I definitely like him, and that's another kind of rotation thing. It was interesting. Charles Coleman only played a few minutes, I think 2 or 3. It was mainly Luigi, and then they went small. Kind of matching up with Charlotte, so they really had a lot of time where neither one of the true centers, DeBow or Charles Coleman, was in the game, and they kind of went small with the Baruti, Jaden Gardner, a bunch of guards type of lineup. I'm sure they could do that tomorrow too if they want, against a team like Wesleyan. So that will change, mainly in the American, and when you're playing bigger teams, you kind of have to have a true center and some of those big guys. But I like Luigi. Certainly Tyree Jackson and Baruti were 2 big kind of storylines from that first game. So,
did you feel like too that really the whole team, but Jaden Gardner? They could have. Talked about football, could have won by more against SMU. Basketball could have won by 15, 20 points if some things went different. I think Jaden is going to have more games like that on Friday, except he's going to have 30 instead of 18. Because how many bunnies did he miss? He missed the front end of a 1-and-1. I remember, he's going to have a lot of games like that where his point total is a lot higher.
Yeah, for sure, and it works both ways. It's good when you do have those complementary pieces, hitting shots and stepping up. But when it comes down to it, there's going to be games where they need Jaden Gardner to be a dude, and be him, and you go to him a lot and kind of let him lead the way. So we talked about it Saturday. I still think the key to me, and I'll look for this probably a little tomorrow, even though it is Wesleyan, is J.J. Miles or whether it's Jackson or whoever, somebody hitting threes consistently. And if that ends up being Miles or maybe even Baruti hit a few in the first game, I think they're going to have to get some consistent outside shooting. It's still the one major question mark. You still kind of have to see how get a good sample size and see how that plays out.
Ronnie Woodward, Daily Reflector, joining us here inside the Pirate Radio studios. Ronnie, thanks for joining us all season long on the Bud Light pregame tailgate. We're done with that, but we'll keep the Mondays chats going, talk some basketball and more sports with you. Breaking news, Adam Schefter a minute ago tweeting out, Ravens Steelers has been postponed to Wednesday, which means for the first time ever, we've got NFL on during sports trivia at AJ's.
Excitement time!
I'm fired up for that.
Good stuff.
Got some NFL to watch, a football game during a Wednesday. That's got to be the first time ever, right? I believe so. So,
do those teams have to play again this weekend?
They're probably going to
have to postpone,
push those back to Monday, or see, the Steelers are supposed to play Washington. So are they going to play that game next Monday? They wouldn't make them play Saturday, I would think. So
I wouldn't think so.
It's a mess. I don't know why the NFL won't just add a week to the regular season, just push things back a week. But they were trying all they can to avoid that, as we see here.
You got some trivia members that are big Steelers fans.
That's right.
So they might get a little messed up during the trivia game.
Yeah, could be a wild one.
A little messed up.
Wednesday night. Get a little messed up. All right, we will. Thanks, Ronnie. We'll take a time out. Right. Come back. Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live is on the way. Troy D going to join me. We got our Troy D's here, as you can see. Our big calls of the 5th quarter coming up. And guess what? People were jacked after the Pirates win over SMU. We'll talk about it when we return after this.
The holiday season is upon us, and have you been naughty or nice this season? Well, it doesn't matter at the Naughty Life, because no matter who you are, you can find the perfect gift for anyone. This holiday season, stroll the new and improved streets of downtown Washington. Be sure to visit the Naughty Life for the latest Yeti products, signs, clothing, home decor, and many other unique gift items. Plus, their gift wrapping is fantastic, and my favorite, it's free. The Naughty Life on Main Street in downtown Washington.
Here with Mike Mullis from Fixed NC. And Mike, you were telling me the other day, people ask you all the time, I didn't know you did that. What does that mean?
You know, anything that involves property damage repair, call us first. If it's your crawl space, you've got interior humidity issues, a water loss, your ice maker line breaks, obviously fire and smoke, everybody knows we do those. But anything that involves interior or exterior property damage, we're your repair experts.
Mike, how can everybody get in touch with you?
252-999-0001 or fixednc.com.
This is Dr. Phil Perdue with Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center. My colleagues and I recognize how difficult this time is for everyone in our community. We continue to see patients during the week while taking precautions to keep everyone safe. Our extended care clinic is now open on Saturdays and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. so you can avoid the emergency department for your urgent orthopedic care. For more information, please contact us at 757-2663 or visit our website at orthoeast.com.
You've seen it on TV, and now you can experience it for yourself. Introducing the Warrior Zone, Greenville's first and ever only Ninja Warrior training facility. This is John from the Warrior Zone, where community, fun, and fitness collide. We offer weekly ninja training classes, memberships, one-on-one coaching, competition teams, and open gym. Not a ninja? No problem. We work with everyone and want people to feel encouraged when they leave Warrior Zone. Make your life better with Ninja Fun at the Warrior Zone. Old Tar Road, next to Plant and See at warriorzone.ninja.
Hey Pirate fans, this is Cliff Godwin. Baseball is back at Clark LeClaire Stadium. We will be hosting several youth camps over the next couple months. All camps will be at Clark LeClaire Stadium, and all camps are open to participants between the ages of 7 and 13. Make sure to check out our camp website at cliffgodwinbaseballcamp.com for all camp details and registration information. And of course, go Pirates!
Hello, Pirate Nation. This is Corey Scott, former ECU Baseball All-American. During my playing days, I specialized on the field as a closer. Now, as your mortgage loan officer, I am once again specializing in closing. But this time, I am closing for you, not just the Pirates. At Movement Bank, we offer portfolio loans such as 100% doctor loans with no PMI, home equity lines of credit, and jumbo loans, all at historically low rates. Contact me today, and I will be your closer. Call Coach Corey at 378-5252. That's 378-5252. And go Pirates.
If you are push mowing your yard using an inefficient lawn tractor or your current zero-turn spends more time in the shop than mowing your grass, it's time you look at a Hustler zero-turn lawnmower. Residential mowers from Hustler are built like tanks and drive like sports cars. All Hustler mowers have fabricated, welded steel decks. Don't settle on cheap units with flimsy stamped decks from big box stores. Come see Ronnie's Motorsports. It will guide you to the right mower for your property and your budget. Find us at Ronnie's Motorsports, Highway 11, north of the airport in Greenville.
The busiest travel days of the year will soon be here. What better way to arrive at Grandma's house, or any house, than in a beautiful new vehicle? Phelps Chevrolet in Greenville. The new models are a feast for the eyes, and as comfortable as mashed potatoes and apple pie. And comfortable is the way you feel each and every time you visit our dealership. Come in and get you one. Phelps Chevrolet in Greenville. Come in and see our holiday savings. You'll drive home satisfied.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Atlantic Wireless, your local authorized U.S. cellular agent. Atlantic Wireless now offers home internet service. Visit AtlanticWireless.com to find a store near you. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. The show is brought to you by Atlantic Wireless. It's your local authorized U.S. cellular agent and now offers curbside service and free home delivery. In addition to phone service, Atlantic Wireless has a great selection of tablets and now offers home internet service. Visit AtlanticWireless.com to find a store near you. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Rock.
Alrighty, Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. A big hour it shall be because we have another giveaway for you. Kind of a treasure chest just to get you warmed up. Treasure chest opens up on Tuesday. We'll tell you more about that during this hour, but we'll open up the booty bag one more time. Today on Pirate Radio Live, we've got our big calls of the fifth quarter and Troy D along for the ride here on Pirate Radio Live. What's up, Troy?
Good to see you, Clipper. We're going to have to run down the treasure chest, and we're going to have to save some time. 28 items in the packed chest this year, so it's going to take a while to explain everything.
Potentially the biggest treasure chest of all time?
That's a great trivia question right there, Clip Rock. I got to say, if not the biggest, one of the biggest.
Yeah.
It is very possible this is the largest chest we've ever had.
Some awesome items. We'll tell you about them this hour, and we will recap a winning weekend for ECU Athletics, Troy D. What a weekend it was.
Yeah, I got to tell you, it was funny. I was talking pregame with some of the guys outside the stadium, and we were just talking about this game, and it was right after I talked with you on the air, and they were like, what do you think? I said, for some reason, I just got a weird feeling. Britt Laughinghouse was one of the guys there from Boss Exotic Furniture who can confirm this. So, because I know what I'm going to tell you this, and you'll be like, yeah, now you're saying it after the game.
Well, you predicted both ways, so you can't be wrong.
What I said is, ECU this season, especially, every time that they played a team they were supposed to get killed, they're very competitive with and could beat. Like, I think back to the Tulsa game, it seems like. And then when we play these teams that we should beat, it seems like we get killed. So I said, this is SMU. This is a team that's, what at the time, 7-2, knocking on the door of the top 25, depending where you were. Top 30 team in the country. I said, I got a weird feeling that I think ECU could be really competitive in this thing. But I got to tell you, that first half, I was just talking to Don, another great sponsor, Don Edwards, about
Talks to a lot of people.
That's what I do. I'm in the talking business. Mm-hmm. We were trying to rack our brains. Has there ever been a better first half in ECU Pirate football history? Like, for real. Like, I'm thinking back over the last 30 years, I'm struggling to find a half, not a game, but just a half, that was that first half that was that good.
Yeah.
That may be the best first half I've ever seen the Pirates play. Now, a lot of people, where has that been? It takes time to click. And I'll have a prediction about next year about that, too.
Oh, boy. Troy's fired up again.
I just did a prediction. I didn't tell you what the prediction was.
Can't wait to hear his 2021 prediction.
This is after I talked to a former coach that gave me some insight.
Okay. We're talking. All right. Good stuff. All right, enough talking. We need to take a time out. Come back.
Enough talking so we can get to some commercial breaks where they can talk to you.
Hour 3, Pirate Radio Live.
Excitement time.
On the way after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom Brown from Brown & Wood Cadillac. We've been serving the Pirate Nation in Eastern North Carolina for 83 years. We have 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 showrooms, and 1 goal: to make sure you leave a happy customer.
This month at Brown & Wood, get an all-new 2020 Cadillac Escalade and save over $18,000 off. As always, Brown & Wood is the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
We're located on Greenville Boulevard next to the Convention Center, or shop us online at brownandwoodauto.com.
Did you know time spent outdoors can help improve your children's health and bring balance to their life? The Outdoor Heritage Advisory Council invites you to join the Patch program. This program is for any child under the age of 16 and includes activities like fishing, hunting, and hiking. These are just one of the many ways you can earn the exclusive patches from the Outdoor Heritage Council. For more information on how to sign up and get your adventure started, visit northcarolинaheritage.nc.gov.
Love Jersey Mike subs? Love them times 12 with our new catering box. Packed full of a dozen individually wrapped subs. They're yours for the sharing. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above. You don't need a big meeting. You don't need a birthday. You don't need any excuse at all. You just need to love subs. Times 12. Order the Jersey Mike's catering box today. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Medicare is not one size fits all, but which plan is right for you? Hi, I'm Denise Walker, and I'm a licensed insurance agent here in North Carolina. Whether you are turning 65, new to Medicare, or already have a plan, I can help you compare your Medicare options. I can help you find a plan offering low to no monthly premiums, prescription drug coverage, and a wide range of additional benefits like dental, hearing, vision, and more. Call me today at 434-531-5674 to get a no-cost, no-obligation Medicare benefits review.
This just in, the holidays are not canceled. Now, back to you.
Thanks, Shirley. With the holidays approaching, it is time to plan those special end-of-the-year get-togethers with friends and coworkers at Emporium. Explore your pour at Emporium, Greenville's favorite place for private events. Emporium offers 52 self-pour taps, plus a nice selection of wine and champagne on tap as well. Book today by calling 565-8773 or visit Emporium.com and follow them on Instagram and Facebook. Emporium, Dickinson Avenue, downtown Greenville.
The holiday season is here, and Sam Jones Barbecue is ready to help you host all of your family and friends this year with our catering menu, perfect for any size gathering. Our whole hog chop barbecue, slow-cooked chicken, smoked turkey, and spare ribs will make a holiday meal a hands-down winner every time. Log on to samjonesbarbecue.com to get your order started, and also check out our online store stocked with our sauces, hats, and t-shirts. I'm Sam Jones, and on behalf of all of our staff, happy holidays.
Let us help you get back to business.
This is Donald Stocks
And Justin Judge of PIP of Eastern North Carolina.
We're ready to assist your business with branded PPE. Would you like face masks with your logo? We can do that. Plus custom social distancing signage.
Now is the time to ramp up your marketing efforts. Whether it's cutting edge, contactless, touchless marketing, or traditional direct mail, we can do it all.
We are PIP of Eastern North Carolina.
The icy treat that can't be beat is Sparky's Snowballs of Greenville. But did you know Sparky's also has funnel cakes and fried Oreos too? Grab yourself a delicious treat today at the Sparky Snowballs location at the Food Truck Rodeo on the corner of Evans Street and Fire Tower Road. Be sure to follow Sparky's on Facebook for their daily schedule and promotions. Sparky Snowballs, serving delicious icy treats, funnel cakes, and fried Oreos to smiling faces for over 20 years. Remember to follow Sparky's on Facebook or visit SparkySnowballs.com.
This is Big John Williams, strength and conditioning coach for East Carolina football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Atlantic Wireless, your local authorized U.S. cellular agent. Atlantic Wireless now offers home internet service. Visit AtlanticWireless.com to find a store near you. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Take a look at your stock market report for today. The Dow was down 271 points and closed at 29,638. The NASDAQ is down 7 at 12,198. And the S&P was also down at 16 points at 3,621. That's your Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Cliff Baron.
All right, we have another booty bag prize for you today. We got our big calls to get to. We got Troy D here for hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live, coming off a big Pirate victory on a Saturday.
By the way, last booty bag of the year, because starting December 1st on Tuesday, it'll be all Pirate Radio holiday treasure chest items from here on out. So this is your last chance to get a booty bag item.
That is correct. And we will open up the treasure chest at least once every show, and we're going to have to double up quite a bit, Troy D, with all these prizes.
Yeah. So now you're kind of in control of this. So you know how I like to, hopefully you can keep the tradition. Got to remember who wins what, so you can go back and remind everybody who won what, because a lot of times they'll want to know. And then I like to find out about the winners. You have to ask them what they do, a little something about them.
Okay.
If you could do that, because I may not be here with you every time that there's a winner.
I may not bother you winners as much as Troy does.
But I like to hear
I know
about
you
our
do.
listeners, and I know
you do.
I find it fascinating to find out a little bit about folks that support Pirate Radio.
Congratulations, Dave. What are you wearing? I'm going to really peek behind the curtain this year. He sounds hideous. Yeah.
By the way, that's the voice of Intern Chandler. And let me officially congratulate and graduate today here at Pirate Radio.
Congratulate
Intern Chandler. No longer known as Intern Chandler, now Chandler Honeycutt, as he officially makes the move. Clip, much like a young Clip Brock started as an intern.
Yep.
Chandler coming on board, working with us on a regular basis now.
Yeah,
so the intern handle, we are retiring as he is graduate. Chandler Honeycutt.
Yes, I'm very excited to officially join the team after 4.5 years as an intern. So
really paid your dues.
He did pay his dues.
I did pay my dues.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm very excited to officially join the team, and I'm ready to get to work and help y'all out any way I can.
We've had a lot of great interns through the years, and Chandler, out of all of them, you have definitely been one of them, and we really appreciate your service.
Thank you so much, Troy D. It means so much.
No, you've done a great job.
You do realize now that the heckling gets worse.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
Now you're officially.
The heckling was already bad.
Just don't turn into like one of our other interns that kind of went off the deep end that I've seen. I get entertainment got when Clip, you interact with him on Twitter.
I don't know what you're talking about. No idea.
Yeah. We don't claim him anymore.
Chandler, awesome stuff, man.
Thank you so much.
So welcome aboard, buddy.
Thanks, guys.
Good to have you here.
I appreciate it.
All right, Troy ECU, a 52-38. That's right, 52 points rolled up on SMU. ECU scored 51 against them last year, but it was in a loss.
Right.
The Pirates have SMU's number, especially the offense. This year, the defense showed up as well. And what a way to end the year. I wish there was another game this week, Troy D.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. I'd rather end it on an uptick like this, because if you had another game and let's say we have a letdown and you lose, then you go into the offseason with
a negative guy over here.
Right. So I kind of like knowing that you're riding a 2-game win streak to end the year. People kind of all of a sudden, that was a quality win. That was Mike Houston's biggest win of his short time here at East Carolina. But you feel like, wow, that's something to build on right there. And I didn't look at the stat clip. When's the last time East Carolina beat a team with a winning record?
In the AAC, it would be 20. They've done it one time ever. It was Tulsa in 2015, I believe.
Yeah. So I mean, it's been a while, as you would say. So I like that this season's kind of, let's just end it. Let's continue to move forward from here. And what a great game for Holton Ahlers. He's taken some earlier this year, took some criticism. And honestly, I said it before, it's not, if you put Holton Ahlers behind a different offensive line earlier, or a different he could be a totally different quarterback. So you can't blame earlier this season a lot of the issues on just one player, in my opinion. But I thought the team really kind of, you want to see that you want to see the team get better during the year and not get worse. And I think these last couple games have been a bright spot, obviously, for the football program. the fan base, and really everybody involved with ECU football. So I do feel much better about next season now, because although next season's schedule clip is really tough.
Is it?
Yeah, have you seen it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it looks tough.
Yeah.
If they play them.
South Carolina's going to have a new coach. It's a winnable game.
Well, I mean, it's still an SEC team. I mean, on the road.
So what's your prediction?
I'm not making a prediction. My prediction is, what I referenced in the open?
Yeah.
Oh, I was talking to a former coach with football here, and he was saying, and we were talking about, Holton, and he said, look, a lot of people have got to realize, you look back at the history of Pirate football, and some of the greatest quarterbacks we've ever had haven't blossomed until they were a senior. Look back at Jeff Blake. I mean, I remember Jeff Blake. Jeff Blake was a decent quarterback his junior year. He was okay. Jeff Blake turned into a superstar his senior year. And Holton hasn't had a senior year yet. So imagine, he gets a junior year again next year, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, so he's 2 years away still from his senior year. His point was, a lot of quarterbacks take time to blossom. We've just seen a lot of them. That a lot of times you don't see these quarterbacks until they start playing sometimes as a junior, and then the senior year is their breakout year. I think of the old, who was the old quarterback last year of LSU? Joe Burrow. I mean, did you really know about him the year before?
I did not.
Me neither. But his senior year, he blew up, and all of a sudden, almost kind of comes out of nowhere, and now a big star in the NFL, wins the Heisman.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I'm just saying, I think Holton is on track to not have to wait to a senior year. I think next year could be a huge year for him.
All right.
Because technically that would have been his senior year.
Right.
If it wasn't this make-up COVID year. So, the other thing that I remember Mike Houston, and I'm going to ask him about this tomorrow. We have a Mike Houston press conference. How about this clip, Brock? First ever in-person press conference this year.
I know you're jacked up about that.
I mean, they're only allowing 10 people in. Somehow we made the cut. So, no, I'm just kidding. We're excited to be there. We'll cover it. I think at 11:30 it's going to be going on. I'm just excited it's in person.
I know.
I mean, like if it was this, I was going to dial in if it was the Zoom anyway, because it was the end of the year one and I wanted to ask Coach a couple questions. But then I realized it was in person. I was stunned.
What's your question you're going to ask?
Oh, when I first talked to him when he first got here, I remember, and this might have been off the air, but he's like, look, it's going to take, judge me in year 3. I remember him saying that to me. It's going to be year 3 before we can really get this thing kind of turned around. He goes, let's look at this thing in my 3rd year, and then let's talk about it. So I'm just going to say, as he's going into his 3rd year, what will his expectations be for next season?
Are you going to bring up how tough the schedule is?
I might ask his perspective on it. Does he think it's a tough schedule?
So what kind of year do you think it's going to be?
Too early to tell. I'm not willing to make a commitment either way.
Okay.
I want to see what happens the off season. Do we get?
Will there be an off season?
Will there be a spring ball, so to speak?
What will winter workouts be like?
Right. I think there's too many unknowns to be making predictions at this point. I think I have more questions than answers, but I do have a positive feeling going into 2021 for football season. I think by the time football season rolls around, the vaccines could be widely available. Life as you know it could hopefully return to normal.
That would be awesome.
And it could be a totally different ball game. And we'll look back at this year as the anomaly that it was and something you'll tell your grandkids about.
Yeah. We'll never forget it for sure.
Yeah.
Pirate fans optimistic heading into 2021. Troy D following the victory over SMU and the 2 straight victories to wrap up the 2020 season. Let's hear from some of those Pirate fans right now. Our big calls from the 5th quarter call-in show, our final edition of the U.S. Sailor 5th quarter call-in show. Here's how it sounded on Saturday.
The big calls of the 5th quarter.
Let's start with Cameron in Greenville. Hey, Cameron.
What's up, Clip? How about them Pirates? What a win for this team and this program. That first half of football was the best half of football I've seen East Carolina play since, I'll say, probably the second half of the UNC game in 2014. It was absolutely unbelievable. I couldn't believe my eyes watching it. We were slaying the ball all over the field. Our defense was playing amazing. SMU was just shocked. Like, we were just slaughtering them. somebody needs to call PETA because the Ponies got slaughtered in the first half at Dowdy Fickle Stadium. I'm so proud of this team. As someone I know said it best, a ugly win beats a pretty loss, and I think East Carolina's a program this past year and the year before. We've had some pretty losses, and we haven't had any wins, but it feels good to finally get a win.
Johnny's up next in Emerald Isle. Hey, Johnny.
Clip, come on, guys.
Come on, guys.
Man, where has that been? I know Coach sitting beside you was happy at that secondary today.
Yeah,
Man, we look really good. You ain't
did.
going to do that in our house. We were 11-point underdogs. No, sir, we're not. I'm telling you what, I agree with the coach. Coach Houston is going to turn this program around. And today reminded me of the glory days. And so I'm just so proud of those guys.
Pirate Owl's got to be feeling good after a Pirate basketball win yesterday and a Pirate beatdown today over SMU. Pirate Owl, how you doing, man?
I'm a happy man, Clip. Happy man. Coach Smith, what I want to talk to you about, a couple things about the defensive backs. It's nice to see McMillan, number 21, get a couple picks. But the one kid I want to talk to you about, and I thought he absolutely played like a warrior today, was Jawan Powell. I mean, I think he had to stop the game 4 times to get him off the field because he got hurt. But, I mean, the kid was laying the lumber everywhere on the field. And I'll tell you, I think one of the biggest plays of the game was we're up 7-0 there in the first quarter, and they went for it on 4th and 1. And he zipped right through the hole and took out the running back's legs, held on 4th and 1. We got the ball back and scored again.
Let's go to Mitchell in Winston-Salem. Hey, Mitchell.
Hey guys, has there been anybody complaining about how many points we got in the second half? Because I haven't had a chance to listen to the show.
Not really. Not quite.
Good.
Other than Rick Smith, a former defensive coordinator, he's been angry about it.
Yeah, third quarter we only gave up 3 touchdowns.
He's not happy about it, Mitchell.
Second half of the game we gave up 4 touchdowns and a field goal.
Right, but this is not a day to be upset. This is a day to enjoy a victory over a 7-win team that if there are bowl games, is going to a bowl game and that has been ranked in the top 25 at least 2 or 3 weeks this year. This was kind of a watershed victory for our team, because that may have been the best first half that we've ever played, ever. It's against a good team.
Let's go to Reed in Greenville. Hey, Reed.
Hey, Cliff. Happy Thanksgiving and cheers, John.
Happy Thanksgiving to you, Reed. How you doing, man?
Man, it was crazy, and they kind of gave me a few more gray hairs in the second half on defense, but it's going to be a short and sweet one. So the first one, I got to break it out for the last game of the season. The first one, Cliff and Coach, is for the defense. I still don't quite get the how that was somehow a pass this gentleman did in the end zone where it should have been a touchdown for us, but that's just me on mine. And the second one, thank you, ECU, for honoring what my father-in-law, Ron Mitchell, has done for this university since he came here, and especially since he's guided us through this. So this is for my pa-in-law. And gentlemen, all I just want to say is Happy Thanksgiving. Cheers. Take it off the air. I hope everything's good. Later, boys.
John is up in Bethel. Hey, John.
Fired up about the win tonight. Here to end on a 2-game winning streak for the season. I'm looking forward to, hopefully, if COVID allows, getting to Charlotte next year for the opening kickoff against Appalachian State. We'll see what that holds, though. But just want to thank y'all for the coverage y'all provided this year. Not only pre-game, but post-game. Just been second to none. Nobody else does a pre-game or post-game show like Pirate Radio. I've been saying that for 17 seasons now, and it holds true every year. And just wanted to shout out to Coach Smith for just all the dedication you bring to the post-game show. For those who don't watch it, Coach Smith walks in every week with a literal briefcase of notes every week.
That's because I'm 73 and I can't remember anything.
I don't believe that for one second, Coach. I think I remember more than we forget in a week.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. That means a lot to me, that comment.
I mean, you've earned the right to sit back on the couch and enjoy a beverage every week and just, take the games in, but you're really a student of the game, and I just appreciate the knowledge that you bring every week to the table.
All right, there you go. Our big calls from the fifth quarter, and John calling in there talking about Rick Smith, who was along for the ride the entire season on the U.S. Sailor fifth quarter call-in show, and it was great to hear his comments and thoughts. Troy D answering questions, good and bad, after Pirate losses and also after Pirate wins, like we saw on Saturday.
Enjoyed having Coach a part of the program, and memory serves me correctly, I've been a part of this. We just concluded our 18th season of Pirate football here at Pirate Radio, and first time we've had a coach on the postgame show. So I thought he was a great addition. You guys did a great job all season long. I love the guy that called in this week. Call PETA because the ponies got slaughtered in Dowdy-Ficklen Stadium.
Yeah,
it's a pretty good line.
Close your eyes, kids.
That's pretty. I got a new idea clip for next year. I was going to bounce this one off Coach Houston too when I see him tomorrow. You want me to share it with you or see what he says first?
Yeah, what you got?
All right. Actually, someone gave this to me at the game.
So this is not your idea?
Well, this is an idea I'm getting behind and promoting.
Okay.
And it was given to me because they knew that if I liked it, it could happen.
It could grow some legs.
Yeah, it could. Yeah.
All right.
We reached a few people. But, the defense had a lot of takeaways Saturday. Well, what do you see like a lot of colleges do? What's the trendy thing?
No.
Hold on. Let me finish before you judge.
Okay.
Don't go negative guy on me already.
All right.
Don't poo-poo this idea, Clip Brock. I haven't even given you the idea yet.
Miami did the turnover chain. And now every school has a dumb thing they do.
They have a turnover. A lot of schools have turnover chains.
The Pimp Hat, Tulsa.
All right. Well, I think
Pimp Hat, yeah.
I think East Carolina, it does fire up the defense. You got to admit that with these teams. These teams are fired up for whatever their turnover chain is. I think, and actually, I did see this. You saw Ron Mitchell. You might have, if you were there, you saw Ron Mitchelson. They gave him a framed jersey, ECU Chancellor, for he's getting ready to retire, and they also gave him a sword. And he pulled the sword out like he was getting ready to stab someone. And I was like, I hope you didn't use it. He goes, only if it was a pony. But my friend was like, why don't we have a turnover sword?
The pirate sword.
That would be like on the sideline in a case, and then you get the turnover, you take it out, and then you unleash the sword on the sideline, and we have a turnover sword. I think that would be really cool.
Like you stand on the bench and look at the crowd and
you raise the sword. You just got the turnover.
All right.
It's time for the turnover sword, Pirate fans. This is something I'm getting behind.
Okay.
I'm taking this idea straight to the top to Coach Houston. Because if Coach Houston likes it, you know what's going to happen next year?
They'll have a turnover sword.
They will have a turnover sword. And then it's just up to them to get turnovers to be able to whip it out.
Whip out the sword.
Excitement time!
Yes, sir. So here, you heard it here first, Pirate fans. Turnover sword coming to Dowdy-Ficklen Stadium 2021. And take it on the road. That's something you use everywhere.
Yeah. Now,
that could be our thing, the turnover sword.
Can you get on a flight with the sword?
Yes, we fly. They charter, so you put whatever luggage you need in the bottom. You just throw it in and maybe you can't take it as a carry-on. You put it underneath.
Okay.
People travel. I mean, you can ship guns in planes.
As long as it's a registered sword.
Right. Yeah, as long as you declare it. Yes, PD carries a sword. I mean, I'm not talking about a fake sword. I'm talking about a real one.
Oh, boy. This is good. Yeah.
Let's just take the KBO trophy.
Yeah, that was a giant sword. All right. All right, turnover sword.
Turnover sword. I think it would make a statement. I think the players would be excited about it. And quite frankly, I think the fans would be excited about it. Let me know what you think.
There you go, folks.
If you're fired up about that.
Turnover sword.
Yeah.
Heard it here first. All right, let's fire up the fans, Troy D, and open up the booty bag.
Oh, is it time?
And see what's in there.
The last booty bag of 2020.
Booty, 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 booty everywhere. Booty, 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 booty everywhere.
Can you believe?
Can you imagine?
Can you believe this year's almost over?
I can't, Troy.
We're going to be in December tomorrow.
We are.
We're almost there, people. As hard and as challenging as this year has been, you only have one more month to say you survived. Now we got to get through December. God knows what could happen in December the way this year's gone. But Clip, I can see the finish line. Can we get there is the question.
And things are automatically better January 1st, 2021?
Perfect.
Oh, good. All right.
It's a new year, new you.
All right. Awesome. We turned the calendar over and everything's
great.
New deal. Can't wait.
Roll out the vaccines, baby.
Shirley, what's in the booty bag right now?
A $20 Captain Special Car Wash from Pirates Cove Car Wash.
All right. Do you need a car wash? Do you need a Captain Special Pirates Cove Car Wash? You can get that right now. 317-1250. We're back with more Pirate Radio Live after this.
Naughty Dog Brewing Company would like to thank everyone for voting them one of the best breweries in 2020. Stop by Naughty Dog this holiday season for a cold one with friends and family, or pick up some crowlers to go. Naughty Dog also has gift cards and cool swag perfect for presents. Naughty Dog has new beer releases every month, plus a great selection of wines, seltzers, and ciders. Also, don't forget about the pub run every Monday at 6:15. Naughty Dog Brewing Company on Main Street in downtown Winterville, and a fun follow on Facebook and Instagram.
Don't miss the huge savings this weekend at UBE and PirateWear.com. On Black Friday, get a free ECU t-shirt with any $50 purchase in-store or on PirateWear.com. Plus 20% off all sweats on PirateWear.com. For Small Business Saturday, you get a free Mini Pirate Sunset print with any in-store purchase at UBE. And on Cyber Monday, go to PirateWear.com for 20% off your entire online purchase. UBE and PirateWear.com. Proud to serve the Pirate Nation for over 50 years.
Hi, this is Scott Muller with Clean Eats. Carol and I would like to personally thank all of you for supporting Clean Eats so well through these tough times. We are blessed to have such a great community helping us weather the storm. If you're having trouble consistently eating healthy, go to cleaneats.com and click on meal plans and give our tasty and affordable meals a try. Or stop by the cafe for lunch and let us show you just how simple and easy it is to get started and stay on track. Clean Eats, it's a lifestyle. 805 Red Banks Road, Arlington Village.
Temperatures are in the low 30s at 10 a.m., increasing sharply to 75 degrees by 1 p.m., and then dropping into the teens by 10 p.m. So before you go to work, put on some gloves, pack some shorts, and a parka. That should cover you for the day.
Your heating and cooling is taking a beating. Guarantee your family's comfort all fall and winter with a new Train system. It's hard to stop a train. For a limited time, get a new Train system with 0% financing for 60 months. Go to DelcorInc.com for more information. Delcor, the service professionals. See your independent Train dealer for details. Call 1-888-534-6898 for details.
Hi, this is Jeff Charles, and welcome inside the booth. Oh, the football officiating. I'll have some thoughts next.
Hi, this is Luke Kuechly. Last season, I was captain on defense. This season, since so many of us will be watching football from home, I'm football watching with Pepsi. And you know me, I pour everything I've got into it. All right, football watchers, let's do this. Opening click-offs. Here we go. Click on, click off. Click on, click off. Stretch that thumb. You can't have finger fatigue bringing you down in the postseason. Nice job. And my favorite, second half sip-offs. Pepsi's up, lift, pull, open. Ice cold Pepsi and watching football. Nothing better.
It's not game day without a delicious, refreshing Pepsi, the official soft drink of the National Football League. Head to your nearest retailer, grab your Pepsi before kickoff, then sit back, relax, and cheer on your favorite team. Pepsi, made for football watching.
I try hard as a radio play-by-play announcer to not criticize officials. When you are broadcasting a game, the listening audience can't see officials' calls, and if an announcer continues to complain about the officiating, he comes across as sour grapes, especially if his team is losing. This game ECU played at Tulsa October the 30th was a different story. The officiating was so bad, the AAC league office had to make a statement that the officials got one play in particular wrong, and there were 3 other calls that were highly questionable that went against the Pirates. Here is my frustration. When you look big picture, how can there be hundreds of thousands of dollars invested in technology, cameras, replay booths, and personnel, and still the officials get the calls wrong after the aggravating delays that take way too long that interrupt the flow of the game? Replays were supposed to eliminate human error, but the wrong decisions are still made time and time again. What happened at Tulsa was an absolute embarrassment. Come back again next time, and we'll visit inside the booth.
This is Mike Houston, head football coach at East Carolina University, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Atlantic Wireless, your local authorized U.S. cellular agent. Atlantic Wireless now offers home internet service. Visit AtlanticWireless.com to find a store near you. Now, back to the show.
Well, welcome back to the show. Congratulations to Frank Brown of Greenville. Picked up a $20 Captain Special Car Wash from Pirates Cove Car Wash. Keep your vehicle clean with the Pirates Cove Fast Pass with unlimited washes for only $9.99 for your first month. Pirates Cove Car Wash, the ultimate car wash experience, and the official car wash of ECU Athletics with locations on 10th Street, Fire Tower Road, and Memorial Drive. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
All right, the NFL moving and shaking right now as the Steelers and Ravens have been pushed back another day to Wednesday, if you missed that news. And I just read, and I'm trying to see it confirmed by a Schefter or somebody from NFL Network, but looks like Washington-Pittsburgh, which was supposed to be played on Sunday, could be part of a Monday night doubleheader next week. So the NFL, for whatever reason, Troy D, is doing all they can not to add an extra week, which would seem like a pretty easy thing to do. But they don't want to do that, apparently. They're trying to get these games in the week they're supposed to be played.
NFL, now, is that the professional football league?
It is.
Oh, okay. I wasn't really following it this year, so I just kind of...
Not a big NFL guy?
Nah. This is... I've just kind of taken this year off.
If you were an NFL guy, what who do you think you would root for?
Look.
Like, what city
I can't get that 3-4 hours back from last night, and I'm pissed off about it, okay? Like, I watched the whole game. Bears-Packers was atrocious last night, unless you're a Packers fan. It was terrible. They looked awful, and the worst part about it is what the Bears are known for. One thing, Clip, what are they known for? The Monsters of the Midway. What do they do better than anything else?
Their defense.
The defense sucks. Now the defense the offense has infected the defense. It's like the offense had, like, whatever disease it had, and now it's contagious, and the defense caught it.
You ever seen the video of the boxing match, and right when the bell rings, one of the boxers walks out of the ring? Somebody said the Bears defense has had enough of their offense struggling. Yeah. Now they're done too.
I mean, I will say this, even Matt Nagy blasted the defense today on the press conference, called them out. I've probably consumed an unhealthy amount of Chicago media last night. And the good news is everybody see it's like that. We all see it. We all see it. We all see it. He has blue hair. That commercial.
Oh yeah.
We all see it. We all see it. They suck. Okay. We all see it.
I don't have a silent button on my. I don't have a silent button on my phone.
Yeah. I don't think. No. Is it Geico? Oh, I forgot. I love that ad. I didn't even know what they're advertising. But it's like everybody's ready for them to fire Ryan Pace, who's the general manager, who was the architect of the absolute all-time worst draft pick trade in the history of the NFL, where they traded up for Mitch Trubisky.
Who started last night, by the way.
Passing over Mahomes and Watson.
Yeah.
It will go to the worst NFL draft move of all time, Clip. So, I mean, he should be fired for that alone, and of course it has not played out well.
Yeah.
It's been a disaster, and it's just unfortunate if you're a Bears fan.
Some other football news I just saw coming out, Troy D. This could be sports trivia Wednesday night. The second longest running bowl game behind the Rose Bowl has been postponed for this year.
See, I was waiting for these announcements.
And that bowl game is the Sun Bowl, will not be played this year.
Yeah, I think a lot of these medium tier bowls, I guess is a way to say it, are going to be out of luck this year.
Yeah.
I think you're going to see the bigger bowls continue and survive, and you'll see the national championships.
They'll have the playoff and then maybe
a couple of the
few others.
Yeah, I mean, whoever's not in the play, like sometimes the Peach Bowl's not in the playoff. Like they'll have that one. I think they'll have... What if I forget which bowls are a part of the playoff system. You know how they rotate that around some. Yeah. But the big bowls will still, I think, be operating. But I think these mid to small ones are going to be toast this year.
Yeah,
is my guess.
Man, we did the what if earlier, and I'm sure you've done it too. And for Pirate fans for good reason, maybe. But if Holton Ahlers plays against Navy, you feel like that's a win.
Yes.
If the calls go like they should have gone, you feel like Tulsa's a win.
Yeah.
What if ECU was sitting 5-4 right now?
And we should be. And I put that out there. If it wasn't for a blown call, Tulsa, and it wasn't for a blown COVID test, we would have. I firmly believe. I'm not making excuses. I'm just stating a fact. The Pirates would be 5-4 with a winning season. Would they be? I assume they'd be bowl eligible in this weird year.
Definitely.
So I forgot to ask what the rules are for bowl eligibility. Maybe just a winning season.
Yeah, I don't think there are rules.
It's not like how it used to be. You had to have 6 wins or whatever. So the Pirates could be potentially going to a bowl. But the takeaway sword idea gaining some momentum online. I appreciate everybody's support on that. I will, as I said, take that to Coach Houston tomorrow.
All right.
And see, Clip, you got to envision it now. Pirates get the big interception.
Yeah.
They run to the sideline. It's handed to them like the trainer hands it to them in the sheath. For those of you that don't know what a sheath is, that is the container that holds the sword, and then you unleash the sword from the sheath. Do we have any sword sound effects, Shirley Rhodes? And he raises it up in glory. Mm-hmm. And then we put it back in the sheath. Mm-hmm. We're not using it to stab anybody. Calm down, people. It's a prop, but it's a real sword.
That's the dangerous part. I think if there's going to be a turnover sword, it has to be a plastic sword.
No, it has to be real, Clip. You have to have. They have a real chain in Miami. They don't have a plastic chain. That thing's freaking 24 karat gold, baby.
A chain cannot stab anybody.
They can whip that chain around and hurt somebody. It has to be real. Do you not have enough faith and belief in these players that they can handle themselves around a sword?
No.
Come on, man.
Why don't we get a real sword in here?
Why don't we? I'd love to have a real sword in here.
Well, get one.
Well,
so we can just break it out, swing it around.
Fine with it.
All right, get us one.
There we go.
Let's do that.
Interception, Pirates!
I don't want Shirley Rhodes around a sword whenever she gets mad.
They're on the sidelines, and the Pirates whip out the turnover sword.
Why don't we all have swords? The fans, lift your turnover
we
sword.
used to. We had
the foam sword.
The foam sword, the sabers. But I'm saying turnover sword needs to be real. It's the real thing. We can't have fake stuff around here.
Like a wooden ship to run out of. You don't want the wooden ship back?
This is something that could be authentic.
I used to love the wooden ship days when it would fall down and
Yeah.
the smoke would come out. I used to
wish-
love that.
And that was, I think Ann Holland was really the driving force behind that. I wish we had kept the wooden ship or had it somewhere like readaptive use of space. Like where can we, even if they didn't want it in the end zone, where can we have put that bad boy and still let it live somewhere?
You put it like right outside the stadium or something.
Yeah,
so
how
people
about
can take
how about like the back of our studio? Like you go out and boom, we could live out there.
That'd be pretty cool.
Or the front of our studio.
It would be a big East Division game against like Southern Miss, and it would drop, and Skip
People
Holtz and
get
the
fired
boys
up.
would come out. It was bad.
I like the pirate ship. I always thought it could have been bigger.
Yeah, that was the problem
I think
right?
the problem, it looked in scale to the Murphy Center, it maybe wasn't big enough, but if it was on a playground, it would probably look huge.
And in scale to the size of the football players. Like, it was very tight in there, I would imagine, running through.
You ever been inside it?
I don't think so.
I was. I was inside.
How was it?
It wasn't what I thought it would be, Clip. It was a little anticlimactic.
That stinks.
I thought it was going to be really like, wow, I'm inside the pirate ship, but I was like, this is it. Yeah.
I'm in the ship.
It's kind of one of those things.
All right. Turnover sword.
Turnover sword. We're going to make it happen for 2021. All I need is the blessing of one guy.
Yep.
One guy says, I like that idea. It's a go. Get used to it. That's the fact. I mean, that's how this program works, man. If the head guy says, I like it, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And if he says no, it's not going to happen.
That's right.
Yeah. So I'm just one yes away from making that a reality.
Good luck.
Thanks.
And it all starts tomorrow. Now, is this going to be an official press conference question?
This will not be an official press conference question. This will be off the record, off the air.
Will you let us know what he says Thursday when you're on the show?
Absolutely, 100%.
All right. Looking forward to that.
100%.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Good stuff. All right.
So press conference with Coach Mike Houston, a year-end presser, and we'll have full coverage of that coming up on PRL tomorrow.
Mike Houston picking up a win on Saturday. Joe Dooley picking up a win on Friday. Kim McNeil picking up a win on Sunday.
Can't handle all this winning clip.
It's tough. I can't handle the success. We'll talk to Kim McNeil coming up Tuesday on Pirate Radio Live. Kevin Monroe as well going to join us on the program on Tuesday. Joe Dooley talked earlier today via Zoom, Troy D. We'll hear some of his cuts right now as they have scheduled NC Wesleyan for Tuesday. In years past, I would have made fun of that matchup, playing a D3 school, but this year, let's play it.
Pirates putting that undefeated record on the line, too.
Let's play whatever we can play at this point. I think that's Joe Dooley's motto as well. Joe Dooley gave his thoughts on coaching and trying to schedule games during the pandemic.
I mean, ongoing process the whole year, as we've seen. I mean, you look at the number of games that have already been canceled. We're fortunate because Wesleyan had played Coastal Carolina, was in the same testing protocol that we required, so that allowed us to play the game. And I do think the guys are excited. I mean, we expected to play on Saturday, weren't able to play on Saturday, but to be able to bounce back and find a game this quickly, which I think is going to happen all year. I mean, you might on a Wednesday get a call. Do you have a Thursday open and play on a Thursday? I think that could happen all year, as you've seen in football as well.
Clip, Coach talked about the testing. I was listening to a little bit of Brian Bailey earlier today. That will encore at 6 p.m. if you're listening to our live edition right now on Pirate Radio. He had Coach Rock on. And did he say, I thought I heard this right, they're tested every day. One day they get one test, and then the second day it's like two different tests. And he's been tested like within the last, since the season started, 45 times?
Yeah, I don't know if he said that exactly. But it sounds about
45
right.
COVID tests.
Yeah.
That they got to be tested every day. One test is one nasal swab, and then the other one, I guess, is two of them. Like, you'd think your nasal cavity would be like collapse
double barrel
eventually.
Yeah.
Like,
it can't be good long term.
No,
right?
like this is, I think, and I talked to one of the coaches that thought they thought they were getting headaches from the testing. Because the testing was like jamming up their nose so far, it was causing them headaches. So they've had to take like an ibuprofen regimen or something. Like it's caused some collateral problems.
I bet Mike Houston, Blake Carroll, Donnie Kirkpatrick, all of them would love to play another game with this team that we've seen recently. But also they are probably enjoying the fact they don't have to have those tests.
I guess at this point, they're out of the testing protocol because everyone's gone home at this point.
They're a regular civilian now.
Yeah,
no more.
Which is, I think, why he can do an in-person press conference at this point.
Right,
I guess
he can be around.
Well, technically, I guess they could have done it any time, but ECU erred on the side of caution and went with the Zooms.
Yeah,
I don't think there was a rule that said he couldn't have an in-person. They just didn't want it.
But to be around other people and then go with your players,
everybody's still going to be spaced out, and everybody's got to have a mask on. So I mean, it's a low risk situation, I think. But I don't know. 45 COVID tests. That doesn't sound like fun to me.
No, and
you've had one, right?
I've had one.
Yeah. Would you want to do?
I don't want 44 more.
Right.
I'd rather not. I mean, that was my point.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And Dooley, Gardner, and Coach Rock said it too. That it's a try to look at it positive. They say this is what it takes to have games, so they're going to do it.
Yeah, I agree.
It's like
when you say positive, we want to look at it negative.
Correct,
because the negative is positive.
As John Rothstein says, stay positive, test negative.
Yeah,
that's the
because if you're too positive, then you don't get to play.
Let's hear more from Joe Dooley. That's correct. Shirley, let's hear cut 5. What's it going to be like with no fans in Minges Coliseum on Tuesday?
Sort of like Charlotte, but it's in Greenville. I mean, it was a weird deal. I mean, I felt like a hockey coach. They had all the plexiglass glass up around. I thought I was in the penalty box for about the first 4 minutes of the game, but I think we've got to create our own. Now, I got to give our guys credit on Saturday. The bench was great. Our guys were unbelievable, very energetic, very supportive of the teammates, and I think a team like that will have to be like that all year. Now, it is different, as you know. There aren't fans in North Carolina. There will be fans, provided it stays away at some of the places we go to play during the year. And some of the other states allow fans, so I think at home, and so we're going to have to create our own enthusiasm. It's an opportunity to play, and we're fortunate to be able to play. So let's be excited and let's go do it.
Clip, I got a new slogan for 2020.
All right.
2020. Keep your attitude positive and keep your COVID test negative. That look good on a bumper sticker, don't you think?
Yeah. Yeah. I literally just said John Rothstein said.
Oh, did he say that? Or?
Stay positive, test negative.
Okay.
You just added like 2 words to
I
it.
changed it around.
And it came up.
Totally different, Clip.
Like it was your
Totally different.
Like it was your own thing. Like you had a
keep your attitude
fresh
positive.
thought that nobody's heard.
Keep your COVID test negative.
Oh man,
Completely different.
You just make that up?
Completely different.
That is awesome.
Just popped in my head.
That's amazing. I love it. I'm staying positive. I'm testing negative.
Yes.
All right. Troy D.
Attitude positive.
Troy D. Original. There you go.
Put it on the t-shirt.
All right. Let's take our final time out. We'll come back. Troy, you want to run down the treasure chest when we come back?
Let's do that because it's going to take a while.
Yeah.
And we got 28 items, so it'll start on Tuesday. We'll tell you every item in the treasure chest coming up in mere moments. But first, let me remind you about our buddy Tony Corey. He's working for you in Eastern North Carolina. And by you, I mean if you are looking to buy or sell a business, most people don't know where to start, or where you start is with Tony Corey. He can help you through that process. Did you know that you can buy a business with only 10% of the sales price and even use retirement funds to do so without penalty? If you want to buy a franchise where operational systems are already in place, they're ready to go with those. They have over 400 different franchises that you can choose from. And if you're looking to sell your business, they have over 150,000 pre-qualified buyers in their database. Trans World Business Advisors. And Tony Corey can help you. His team is ready. His personal direct line, 347-9606. That's 347-9606. Online, it's transworldeast.com. Thanks to Tony Corey for his support. If you're looking to buy a business or sell a business and you want to do it confidentially, he's the pro, and he can help you do that. We'll be back with more PRL right after this.
Christmas presents are great, but Christmas cash is awesome. This is Vince from Play It Again Sports in Greenville, and it's time for us to help you turn around the stuff in your house into cash. Clean out your closets and garages for cash today. We're buying sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, tennis, lacrosse, hockey, and more. We're buying bicycles, skateboards, snowboards, water skis, treadmills, ellipticals, dumbbells, and more. Play It Again Sports, your home for Christmas cash. Just past the Cracker Barrel on Greenville Boulevard. Find us on Instagram and Facebook.
Your CBD store in Greenville has the highest quality CBD products in the country. Your CBD store is the first and only brand that carries USDA certified organic products such as gummies, honey sticks, and high absorption water-soluble liquids, which are all made in the United States. They even offer products for your pet. The educated staff will help you answer any questions, and you can stop in anytime to get a free sample. Your CBD store, locally owned and operated, open Monday through Saturday, 10 to 6, right beside Duck Donuts in Greenville.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is former ECU tight end Bryce Williams from my friends at the Auto Store Group. If you're in the market for a quality used vehicle, then the Auto Store Group is for you. The Auto Store Group has 3 locations and over 150 quality used vehicles to choose from for all budgets. Shop their entire inventory today at theautostoregroup.com. And remember, every purchase comes with a free bucket of fun. The Auto Store Group, your hometown store, Pirate owned and operated for over 38 years. Go Pirates!
This is Martin Truex Jr., and as a NASCAR Cup Series champion, I love one-stop shopping. When I need fresh tires or fuel during a race, my pit crew takes care of everything. Off the track, I have an Auto Owners independent agent. They handle all my insurance in one place: car, home, life, and business. Get your own pit crew and find a local agency with Auto Owners Insurance.
This is Norm Bryant with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates!
Do you think you or your employees might have been exposed to COVID-19? ArcPoint Labs of Greenville offers same-day COVID-19 results. No referral needed. Same-day results available. ArcPoint Labs of Greenville offers easy employer solutions to COVID-19 testing. ArcPoint Labs of Greenville is located across from Vidant Hospital on Executive Circle behind Southern Bank. Call for an appointment or walk in. ArcPoint Labs of Greenville, 215-5688 or arcpointlabs.com.
Hey Pirate fans, this is Cliff Godwin. Baseball is back at Clark LeClaire Stadium. We will be hosting several youth camps over the next couple months. All camps will be at Clark LeClaire Stadium, and all camps are open to participants between the ages of 7 and 13. Make sure to check out our camp website at cliffgodwinbaseballcamp.com for all camp details and registration information. And of course, go Pirates!
Hi, this is Billy Parker, and football is here. Tailgate at home with family and friends this season and let Parker's Barbecue do all the cooking. While tailgating at your house, let us provide all the food with our delicious chicken, barbecue, seafood, and sides. We can customize packages for any size group, big or small. Give us a call today and place your order. Parker's and football, a winning combination. Also shipping nationwide at parkersbbq.com. Parker's Barbecue is how friends and family come together.
Have you ever seen those exotic aquariums like the guys do in Las Vegas on television? You ever thought about having one of these aquariums in your business? It's more affordable than you think. This is Hal Pruitt with rentafishtank.com. We can make having an aquarium in your business turnkey with no work, cleaning, or hassles for you. Rentafishtank.com creates a relaxing atmosphere and keeps children occupied. Rentafishtank.com already services many dental, pediatric, and doctor offices, plus hospitals and senior living centers. Check us out at rentafishtank.com.
Pirate Radio.
The
voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Atlantic Wireless, your local authorized U.S. cellular agent. Atlantic Wireless now offers home internet service. Visit AtlanticWireless.com to find a store near you. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. University PC Care has been Pirate Nation's go-to IT expert since 2006. University PC Care are the local tech support experts for any of your business needs. Let University PC Care take care of it so you can take care of business. Visit universitypccare.com to learn more today. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Broad.
All right, next time we join you, it will be December, and that means the Pirate Radio Treasure Chest will open up for the first time in 2020. We're doing it all month long, and Troy D., we have an amazing list of prizes this year.
28. How do you want to do this?
You name one, then I'll name the next one.
But a Bud Light ECU cornhole board set with 2 cases of Bud Light, only slightly used.
Bud Light ECU beer pong tailgating table set with 2 cases of Bud Light.
All right, this is a Bud Light ECU cooler with 2 cases of Bud Light, and then an additional 2 cases of Bud Light.
12 large pizzas from Domino's of Greenville.
$100 Visa gift card from Sparky Snowballs.
Gift basket from University Book Exchange.
1 free year VIP subscription to our friends at Hoist the Colors. That's over $100 value.
A tailgate party for 10 from Parker's Barbecue.
$100 gift card from Familia.
$100 gift card from Emporium.
$100 gift card from Clean Eats.
$50 gift card to Pirates Cove Car Wash and $50 gift card to Haviland Express Lube.
$100 gift card to the Shimmer Boutique.
$100 gift card from Chico's.
A gift basket from the Naughty Life in Washington.
$100 gift card to Warrior Zone.
$100 gift card to Greenville Pool and Supply.
$100 gift card to AJ McMurphy's.
$100 gift card to the Team Store from the Down East Wood Ducks.
$100 gift card to Jack Brown's.
A gift basket to Naughty Dog Brewing Company.
$100 gift card to the Shine Factory.
A $250 gift card to Bostic Sugg Furniture.
$100 gift card to Jersey Mike's.
$100 gift card to Plate Against Sports.
$100 gift card to Atavola.
$100 gift card to Bowen Cleaners.
And a $100 gift card to Tiebreakers.
Wow. That is the 2020 Pirate Radio Holiday Treasure Chest. We're going out on an up note, just like the ECU football team. Your chance to win will be all December. We're going to have multiple winners on many days. You can only win once, and you must be 21 or over to participate.
Those are the rules. And then you just got to call in and hope you get lucky.
Yeah, it's a phone deal. You have to have a phone and I guess a finger to dial. Or Siri.
See, you always say too much. If you don't have fingers but have a way of calling in, you can
still do voice activated calls.
If you have
as long as you have a phone and no fingers, you could still win.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you've been on the sideline,
let's not limit this to just people with fingers.
If you've been on the sideline with a turnover sword, you had an accident, cut your hand off, it's okay. You can still call in.
Turnover sword coming to Pirate Football 2021 people. Let's make this happen.
All right, Troy D, enjoyed it.
It's a movement now, Clip.
It is. Well, I got to make another movement, so let's get out of
here. See you on, I'll be back with you Thursday.
All right, and we'll be here on Tuesday, 3 o'clock for an all-new edition of Pirate Radio Live. So long, everybody.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation